Yeah, yeah, look at you. Look. Yeah, look. This is called physical abuse. Yeah. Yeah, see, Taylor, this is all you do. It's the only thing you know how to do is hurt me. Huh, and you think this is okay? It's not okay.
It's okay. I don't give a
Let me go. Stop. Dude, leave me alone. Oh my gosh. Your daughter is right here. Oh my gosh. Oh my. You're unbelievable. No, you. Stop throwing stuff and help your daughter. Your daughter, stop screaming at me. God. Stop, Taylor. You're done. Taylor. That's it. That is it. No more. You're done. Stop. No, I did none of this. This is your own pain. You're doing this to yourself. Stop. No. I'm done taking the blame for you. Yeah, I'm sorry, Indy. Taylor?
Get the out!
I'm done with you.
You did it.
I'm done. Stop. You're
Taylor! Yeah, I did that, Dakota!
Taylor, your
Yeah,
daughter.
I did that!
You're screaming. Your daughter just got hit in the head with a metal chair.
Because of you.
No, you. Go and help your daughter.
You
Now.
You did this.
Help your daughter, Taylor.
You did this, Dakota.
Oh my gosh. If you throw another chair. Are you okay? Taylor!
Get away from my daughter! Get away!
Then help
Get
her.
away!
Stop doing this.
You threw me.
Dude, think of your kids. Gosh.
You threw my daughter. Yeah, you threw my kids.
I don't care. I love your kids.
Oh,
Yeah, I do. I freaking love them to death.
I had to throw me around.
No, yeah, I don't care. Look what you're
Shut
doing.
the
No, nobody deserves
Shut
it.
the up, Dakota.
You're not okay and you're drunk.
Go
God.
answer, Dakota.
I will. What? Oh my gosh. Taylor, stop.
Shut up!
Stop. Oh my gosh.
Nothing.
She's hammered.
And so is he.
I'm sober.
But drugs have got me so
Taylor,
much.
stop.
How about we separate
Taylor,
for now?
you need to just calm down.
You threw it at me.
Hey, stop.
Wow.
Stop.
So, just a little bit of context here. That voice you heard, the third person at the end, was a police officer who knocked.
Hi everyone, good evening. I hope y'all are doing well. Can you hear me, Keith? Good. Hey, Keith.
I can. Sorry, it took me a second to come off mute. Hello.
Hello, welcome everyone in chat. So, what we were just watching, if you guys haven't heard the news that fucking is all around the place. You know, every like news cycle, there's always that one story that like just explodes and that's all everyone's talking about. And a couple weeks ago, that was Nancy Guthrie. Everyone's forgotten about poor old Nancy. So, so
I haven't.
Keith hasn't. So, anywho, now it's this story. So Taylor Frankie Paul, she is first she was most known for some Mom Talk scandal. She's a part of a group, they call themselves Mom Talk, and they were popular on TikTok. And they did all these cutesy little videos, moms and their babies and really pretty girls, and they get a lot of followers, so it got them a show. And then in 2023, she was dating this gentleman, Dakota, for a few months, and this happened. I think they already had the deal for Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, which ended up premiering on Hulu. So Taylor Frankie Paul is the woman, not to be confused. I know the names are. Someone said, what's with the people in this story having like switched out names? Like the guy is Dakota, the girl is Taylor.
Also, like the three names. Like I've never.
Paul, yeah.
Yeah, I've always been a sketch of like, I'm sorry, like he's a great actor, but like, or a great director, but like Paul Thomas Anderson, I'm like, I think he's gonna be canceled here in like, a year or two. It just gives me bad vibes. I don't know what it is, but yeah, you're right. Like I was very new to this case until you told me about it, and I think I spent probably a good like hour trying to figure out which one was Taylor and which one was Dakota because they're so interchangeable, It's weird, I don't know.
And then you don't want to ask because you're like,
Yeah. That would be me, like in the DMs to you, like, okay, I'm gonna be vulnerable with you, like, don't make fun of me, but like, who's who? But I caught onto it.
Awesome.
When it's really easy when you read like Taylor threw a chair at Dakota. You're like, okay, I got it.
Yeah, right. Okay, guys. So, hey, everyone in chat. By the way, I just want to shout out Great Lakes Fungi saying she can't stick around, but bopping to say hi, babe. Hi, Unindicted. Hey, Skinny. Kate. Hey, Kate. Kate said, showed a video. Girl, you better rewind. That was the first thing I did. And everyone else who's in chat but not speaking. Okay, so anyway, they get the show, this situation, and we'll get into like what happens after in a little bit, but essentially the very first episode of the very first season on Hulu premieres, and it goes over this situation, and it doesn't show that video, but it does show the body cam footage after the initial video is taken. So just from the officer's perspective, watching her and watching Dakota, and you kind of hear what's going on, but it's a lot different than actually watching it on the screen. And on the show and on social media, as we'll show you tonight, the producers behind the show and the cast and everyone involved was very purposely muddying the waters, muddying the story down. All anyone heard was Taylor Frankie Paul was so drunk and horrible situation. The chair, she was throwing chairs. We think it hit the kid. Oh, just kidding. It might not have. And really just avoided the child abuse part of it all, right? No one really knew, because of the way it was talked about, just how severe it was until this video just came out. So I want everyone to know that this situation was well known, not only by producers, but all of us, but we just were not really told the gravity of the child situation. And so let's watch a little body cam footage. Oops, what happened?
Do you need paramedics for anything?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Have you had a little bit too much to drink tonight? I can smell the alcohol pretty strong.
Sure, but not anything crazy. I went out on a girls' night and I came home. Safe driving.
Not anything crazy.
I'm not worried about that. I'm just worried about, like, do I need to call paramedics to come check you out?
I need an ambulance for the chair I threw at my kid.
Your last name, P-A-U.
Sorry, my own screen betrayed me. Yeah, notice here in these videos, the video we already saw on now, like she's just so not even thinking about her kid.
Hurting, I guess.
Yeah.
You're what?
I'm emotionally hurting. I'm not physically hurting. I'm emotionally hurting.
Okay. So your last name is just Paul?
Yep.
Okay. What's your birthday?
I can call the dad to come get the kids. Do you want that? If I can just go and do whatever, and I can anymore.
What's your phone number?
You get called from me. People have a fight. What did I do wrong so I can help myself? What did I do wrong? Help me to know so I can do better.
Well, it's not Taylor, look at me. It's not that you did anything wrong per se. We are just, the neighbors called in thinking that someone's getting hurt.
No one's getting hurt. I'm just emotionally hurt because I'm doing divorce and I'm just hurt.
Is that?
What?
Cool, thank you. Is that what's going on tonight that started everything?
Yeah, I'm emotionally super hurt. I can't help anyone. I'm just so hurt.
Okay, so right now she's obviously hammered. Free Ricky Bear says. Choisted very. So yeah, obviously very drunk here, and she right now is saying to the officer that everything she did tonight is because she's in emotional pain. Okay, so she threw chairs, abused her dude, and all this fun stuff because she's in emotional pain because she's going through a divorce. Okay, so prior to this relationship with this guy, Dakota, she was married. Okay, and she had 2 kids out of that marriage, and his name was Tate Paul. And God, don't they sound like they live in Utah? Anyway,
I was just about to say, like, Tate is like a very Utah name in my perspective. Maybe that's like my shitty bubble. Sorry, I'm gonna let you finish, but I got some thoughts just from watching this video. But go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to, yeah, very Utah name. But anyway, so they were married, and he was essentially a part of Mom Talk on TikTok with her. And when they had this big scandal, it was kind of called soft swinging scandal. Had you heard about this part of the story, Keith?
Admittedly, I haven't.
Nothing. I didn't think so. So, okay, so the soft swinging scandal was Taylor Frankie Paul decided to go on the internet and announce to everyone that she was getting a divorce because her and other couples in the not necessarily in the mom talk group, some in the mom talk group, but other couples in the area they lived in Utah were having parties and doing soft swinging with each other's men and women, which for, I guess, the Mormon community meant everything but penetration. So what's that term?
Soaking. They call it soaking. Yeah, so my girlfriend has some friends who live in Utah. They actually moved out there for work, not like they were like, we want to go explore Utah. First of all, Utah's beautiful. Okay. Point one. Second of all, there are a lot of very, very nice people in Utah. And Mormons too. Like they're very, very kind. They're very kind Mormons. However, when they start to tell you about, I don't mean you, but like when they start to tell me about like their customs and norms as like a Midwesterner who might have not been exposed to that kind of like, I don't know, structured religious lifestyle, it's very difficult to like kind of comprehend. And then I kind of like, I don't know, my upbringing, like I've always been around friends and family who it's like, we're going to be out in the open with like our problems and we're all going to like kind of collectively like solve our problems together. You know, obviously the private stuff you keep private, but you know, other than that, it's like, you know, you got to sit around the bonfire, drink a few beers and get this figured out. And it's funny to me when you see a lot of people in Utah, they look and like they appear perfect. Like I'm looking at all the pictures of like Taylor and Dakota and like all these wonderful, like structured, like these awesome, like picturesque, like the family. It's like the modern age, like JC Penney studio. Like they look like models in these pictures, you know. You saw this again, going back to Utah, Corey Richins, you saw a lot of that. Tyler Robinson's family, Tyler Robinson's mom's Facebook was full of like these perfect family pictures. And it's just so odd to me.
Robinson even says words like vehicle.
Yes. Yeah. Very. Yeah. Oh, you watched that body cam footage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vehicle.
Yeah. The way you comp, like you absorb you're incredible at that. I don't know how you do that, but one of the things that I noticed with this is like, it's like one of those, like cold case files or like forensic files episodes where like everything was great until it wasn't, you know? And the other thing I'll say, Skinny made a really good point. He was talking about like, does she even ask if her kid is okay in this? And it's like, so far, no. And not only does she not so far, she was given like the greatest opportunity when they were like, do you need an ambulance? And then like, she didn't say like, that my husband might, my child might, because I threw fucking chairs at them. She literally actually went to the opposite angle of this and said, no one got hurt. It's like, bitch, how do you know? How do you threw chairs? You
right.
threw chairs.
Right.
Like, yeah, you didn't care if that TV got destroyed. You were going to hurt your man. So sorry, I didn't mean to like go on a tangent.
No, yeah. Go boy. But no, it's true. And you know what? I say it all the time, guys. I'm a recovering alcoholic. If you know me, hi, my name is Caitlin, also known as Shabugs. I'm an alcoholic. I've been sober, 4 years on 4/4, April 4th coming up. Very exciting. But I have been this.
Real talk, congrats to you, though.
Thank you.
Like, that's hard fucking work.
Thank you so much.
That's hard work.
I fucking love every day I wake up and I don't have a hangover. Let me tell you. Those of you that still drink, like my buddy Keith here, do not envy those mornings. Not one bit.
You know, everyone's boat floats a different way, you know.
But anyway, so I was like, I've definitely been this like fucked up, but I've never ever once been violent. I get angry. I definitely am prone to get angry and start fights and be over emotional and just mad at the world over no reason and talk blah blah. You can't even understand me. But I've never in my life gotten drunk and thrown shit at people. You know what I mean? So I also want to say, yes, she's shit-faced, but never ever an excuse to also simultaneously be beating up your spouse. And I think that goes to show that's learned behavior from when you're not sober, right?
Yeah. I'll share my grandfather, who was like the bearer of wisdom and knowledge in my life, used to always tell me this. And he'd say, alcohol brings out the behavior in people who want or desire or naturally would behave the way that they would when they're sober. So it's like when people get drunk and angry, it's not necessarily because they're drunk, it's because they're angry. They're angry people. The alcohol helps them lose that inhibition to say, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna act on my thoughts or my person. Like we're all human beings. It's very natural for us to go like, you know, someone says something to you and you're like, I'll whoop your ass. You know what I mean? Like, right. You know, and I'm not saying
all
like
the time.
Let me be abundantly clear. I'm not talking about like spouse to spouse conversations, right? I'm not talking about like that. I'm talking about like when some fucking lunch lady from Colorado wants to mock my religion, I'll throw a fucking elbow. You know what I mean? But like,
sorry, I just wasn't expecting it.
Or like when people on Twitter who pretend to be a Marine and their profile pictures like AI, it's like I'll literally find you and I'll fucking drop you. I'll snap your collarbone. But like, do I do that? No. And then like, do I do that when I drink? The answer is also no, because like you can control that. And like some people can't, and that's great. Like they decide to figure out, listen, whatever you need to do to control that desire or that like impulse, do it, you know? And it's like she's got something, I think you touched on this, she's got something like deeply internally plaguing her. You know what I mean?
Just you wait. We'll get into that. So
right.
I also love that in our chat, though, when we mentioned the Mormon swing of it all, a lot of people had questions, which I really appreciate. Let's see what we got here. Skinny's kicked it off. Grown-ass adults to do this. Grown-ass Mormon adults. Okay, get it right. I've never heard of soft swinging before this. I don't know if it's like something other Mormons do or if this just became, by the way, Taylor's admitted that this was partly her idea, the whole swinging of it all. Like she kind of set it up, right? So I don't know if that's like a thing that some Mormons do, but a lot of Mormons say soaking, which is when a male, trigger warning for weird and creepy words.
Yeah.
When a man puts his pee-pee inside the VV, but he just lays it in there. He doesn't move it. You just put it in there and you just sit. And that's why they call soaking. Like you soak in a bathtub, but you soak in the vagina.
Yeah. In the Midwest, we call that docking the pontoon.
Really? Joking?
No, I'm joking.
Docking the pontoon. I believed it. Pork soaking. Yeah, that's such a good, like, that's a good way to put it. That's kind of exactly what it looks like, I imagine. I've never done it.
It's like what do you get out of that? Honestly, though, like,
no, for real. And like, how many? We're talking Mormon men, okay? How many Mormon men, when they put it in there, just naturally ejaculate right away? Like,
well, here's the thing. If you've never experienced the touch of a woman, I would imagine it would be like a fucking like very, very quick thing. And that's probably like
the touch of a woman.
I feel like that's some crucible age shit going on out there, though. You know what I mean? Like that's some Puritan times, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, right. Crazy, dude, crazy.
So, God, you know what? Let's watch a little more of the body cam video, and I'll try to pull up their explanation of what they were doing.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Emotionally. I'm sorry. Can I get a drink of water? Can I get a drink of water? I'm just really hurting. I can get my husband to come get the kids.
My emotions are hurting. I need water.
I don't want anyone that wants from me. I'm just so hurt.
So, tell me what happened tonight.
He pushed me in the garage, and it's fine. I don't give a f***. I just want to move on. I don't give a f*** about him. I just want to move on. I don't care. I pushed him. I hit him. He pushed me. I don't want to think about it. Can I get a drink, please? Please?
Can you promise not to talk to him while we go in there?
Sure.
I just don't want anything escalating to an argument or fight while we go in there. Okay? Okay, let's go. What? Work?
What do you need from me?
So I just need you to tell me what happened tonight. So you went out.
I need you to get
girls'
off the
night.
ground.
Yeah, he came pick me up from girls' night.
And then what happened?
And he was bitching me out the whole way home.
About, so when you describe that to me, about what?
I guess having fun with the girls. And
I'm sorry. I guess just having fun with my girls. Okay. Yeah, that's what happened. Hold on.
I just like there's dude, her. I get it, like your shit face, and like I've talked to cops shit face before, and I've probably said around the same thing, but like to be like he pushed me in the garage and I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Like that pathway right there, like
I hate to say I've been there.
yep. She needs Mata like right now.
Now.
Actually, she needs Bob. After seeing that video, she needs Bob. Or no, she's not just Allie. She needs 90% Allie, 10% Bob.
Yeah, she needs both.
But she needs both.
Pronto. Belly Mayday says, is this the body cam footage that came from the incident as the recent video that was released? Yes, so this, okay, so in the beginning of the stream, you guys, if you go back, you'll be able to watch the full video. You also can get it on tmz.com. But essentially, this is the incident that occurred February 17th in 2023, it says up there. And she was arrested after this. And the video of the abuse is directly before this. There are separate allegations of abuse that are more recent. So we'll get there. And hey, Streets.
What up, Streets?
and he was going to a concert, but he was like, we're not going to the concert now. And he came home, and then we were fighting, and we were fighting at each other, and then he I was going at him, I guess hitting him, and then he pushed me into the kid stuff, and then I went ballistic because he pushed me so hard, and then I fought back, and then we were just fighting, and I just want him out.
That's where a lot of her, that's what I was trying to explain. Is like, so
Okay, this is Dakota, the boyfriend.
right now. Yeah, with her divorce and stuff. Like, I think that's just been really hard on her. And she hasn't done any therapy.
And that's a different relationship?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hope she sees this, bro. Hope she sees that, bro.
By the way, he's like automatically giving her excuses as to why this is happening.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying, like, hope she sees this. Like,
Right, yeah, like, oh, yeah, you're really saving the day.
yeah, that poor thing.
Yeah. But I want to say, common for a victim, especially a victim who's used to this, has been through it a couple times, to immediately, like, try to find reasons to excuse the person hurting them. Certainly if they think they're about to get them in trouble.
Well, and the other thing I'll say, and this is in defense of him, and this is kind of just something I'm thinking through, is like, let's say I saw this with like my neighbors or like my friends or something, right? I hate to say it. Well, I don't, because it's a society that we live in. Unfortunately, it's just reality is like, if she's outside crying up against the front of the house and I don't see him and I don't see what happened, the way we work as a human entity is that I'm inclined to believe that something happened to her by him, because the likelihood, and again, I won't get too much into it, but the likelihood is crazy high, and it's almost like this is a very rare occurrence, right?
Right.
I mean, reported to the police, like we can jump into why dudes don't work this kind of thing, and I'll talk about that later, but like, again, I think any reasonable person would be inclined to believe that like something legitimately happened to her by him.
Correct.
Right?
And I would say that right now on social media, the reaction to this, which I am going to touch on, is still at this point, overwhelmingly everyone is trying to shift the blame onto Dakota Mortensen for this.
Right.
Despite seeing the actual video evidence and more, we'll get into this, but despite that, it seems like the general consensus, mostly women, are trying to make excuses for her. And we'll touch on that.
And that wasn't that long ago, so it's very fresh. So we got in a relationship like really pretty soon after her divorce, and so that's why it's been hard. It's just been like a lot, I think, for her.
Okay.
And yeah, I think she's going through a lot. She's the type to where, it's hard for her, I think, to get help. You know, like she fights it.
So you guys come home. She starts getting angry.
Yeah.
Because you're saying that you're wanting to go home?
Yeah, well, I was trying to just take her inside. I was trying to help her in. I was like, let's go. Like, you need to go inside. And I think she was saying something that she wanted to go party still. I'm like, no. Like, you can't. Yeah, and then I went inside because I was finally just, like, she was not coming out. So I was like, okay, well, and she said her parents were in here. So I was like, oh, perfect. I was like, I'm going to go.
Are they actually in there?
No, they weren't. It was, like, I don't know, like her niece or something like that. I don't know. And so I went in there and was, like, going to get them. I'm like, hey, Taylor's, like, drunk. You, like, come get her or something.
Are they coming over?
No, they already left. They were house sitting for her, watching her kids.
Oh, okay.
And then she came flying in. And that's when she was like,
Look out.
And I'm like, whoa.
Can you imagine? So if you guys are able to hear what's going on, essentially when they first got there, some of Taylor's family, like a niece or something, was house sitting and babysitting her 2 oldest children. So when they get there, suddenly Taylor kind of snaps. Like, she's already been drunk and a mess and arguing, but she like really snaps. And I guess the niece and them like, okay, gotta go.
What?
What was she saying?
Oh, crazy stuff. I don't know. I think she was like, I don't even know what she was saying. I don't know. Something about her phone. She was going off about her phone, and then she chucked her phone at me. And then, or no, she threw it on the ground. Boom. And then, I'm trying to think, damn, everything happened so fast.
So as far as what
Like
happened to you, you said that you're kind of like hurt on your elbow.
Yeah.
What was that from?
That was from, she threw that thing at me there, and that was the thing that hit my truck as well, the
What's
wood
that?
thing.
Usually parked in here?
Yeah.
Is it parked? Do you know where her car is?
Yeah, it's at the house. So it's in Lehigh. There you go.
He says it's in Lehigh. Like, wherever she was at before coming home.
He should be on the camera, but I have no idea.
I saw a set of keys on the counter, but yeah, if you would, just wait outside at your truck. So I talked to Dakota. Tell me what happened with the little wooden thing in the garage in his truck. Like, what happened outside at the truck?
All I know is that I was so scared that I peed my pants. He pushed me into it. I reacted, sure. I threw it at him.
I want y'all to pay attention to her pants and see if you notice any pee.
Ma'am, do you think you pissed your pants because you're pissed drunk?
Yeah, right. Yeah, okay, so right now she's saying he pushed her, so she peed her pants and reacted and started hitting him.
Yeah.
Basically is her story right now. Hey, Mother of Dragons says this chick is crazy for real.
And then I love, like, I'm looking up Dakota right now because is he from California?
He might be.
I feel like, do you, and I'm asking the expert here, do you get like California guy vibes?
I get
Like
Santa Cruz guy vibes. Let me see.
Like he was like she threw a chair at me and I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I'm saying I get like Santa Cruz, like that's like the ocean. So
Yeah. I can't believe you just threw a chair at your kid, dude. Like,
yeah. Where is he?
Unbelievable.
Oh, is he Idaho?
She does. DB said she got the same flannel as Keith. Yeah, that's right. This is the soaking flannel, brother. Okay.
You guys do match.
This is the soaking flannel. I'm hashtag Team Taylor. Okay.
Oh my god, you guys are twinning. Did you guys organize this before you got here?
The chair would never have hit her kid if it didn't bounce off of the soaking mattress, okay? It was very bouncy. Very bouncy, folks.
Hey, dudes. He said California get abused and describe it like they just had a gnarly fight.
Yeah, this is awesome. Like Mother Dragon Salty's in here. Co-conspirators.
Hey,
we got the all-star cast in chat, dude.
No. Love you guys.
Sorry, I'm doing my Santa Cruz impression.
So he's literally from Idaho, which is
Dakota is?
yeah, it's like the same thing as Utah.
Oh my god.
More potato.
Yeah, well, I'm just glad that like you as a Californian agree with me that like you get the vibes from him where he's like, you know what I mean? Like the world can be ending and a guy from California is gonna be like, whoa. You know what I mean? I don't know.
We're just really laid back.
I know. Well, did you see you during an earthquake?
I know. It's like
crazy.
That one actually like moved me though, because there was so
literally
many
and figuratively, it moved you. All right, sorry.
No, you're good.
Okay. What about the like all the metal chairs here and like the?
I threw them at him. Yeah, I was scared.
Why?
Sure. I was scared.
About what?
Him.
Like what were you? Like, I'm just trying to get.
He's fighting back. I peed my pants because I was so scared of him in my garage.
Your
He
pants are
pushed
dry.
me into the wooden thing, so I reacted. I threw the wooden thing at him, and when he came in, I threw everything else at him. I was scared.
Okay. How did everything start?
We were in the car and we were bickering. He was mad that I went to a girls' night. He picked me up from the girls' night. We were fighting from the girls' night to my house.
Okay, and then what happened when you guys pulled up?
We were still fighting, and then I got out, and he threw me into the wood thing, which is why I reacted to that. And I went ballistic when he pushed me into the wooden thing. And I was like, I guess, fighting back with him.
Okay.
I didn't actually realize I peed myself.
Do you know who this
I have the answer to that.
Your mom?
Yeah.
Do tell.
Okay.
A Midwest dude. Okay. Listen, I'm going to answer this question right now. A Midwest dude, especially from the suburbs of Detroit, where I'm from, would literally go, if the world was ending, would go, it is what it is. Just another day in paradise.
Oh my god.
And that's I challenge me on that. Okay. The other thing too, I'm going to say this real quick, Spugs. Don't you love how she was like, she had, and we're not big on like facial expressions, right? We're not like body language interpreters and that lame shit. But I love how she was like, they were like, "Why'd you do this?" And she was like, "I was scared. I was scared." She like gave the Kubrick stare. She's like, I was scared.
Oh my god.
Okay, all right.
No, spot on. All right.
Okay.
I guess I was reacting. Yeah, that was my bad. I
So
was scared.
You know, they might be wet.
Is that not the right story, I guess, is what he said?
well, the hard part is that like I'm getting two different stories.
Okay.
As far as tonight's concerned, based on what I've seen and what's taken place, at this time you're going to be placed under arrest for
Why?
DV, for domestic violence. Okay? So before I talk to you more about it, I need you to turn around and place your hands behind your back.
So is he not at all?
Not tonight, no.
I'm confused. So he pushed me and I'm under arrest? Why?
I can talk to you more about it.
That's fine, but I'm just curious why. Okay. I'm the one who's my. Am I allowed to talk or not?
Yeah. You can just give me a second.
No, I'm the one who's myself, so why am I under arrest? So you're going against his word against mine, correct?
It's based on the evidence that I'm seeing at this, like, here tonight.
What's your evidence? Just curious.
Just all the stuff on the ground, and you throwing things at him, and...
You hit him in front of the officer
Are we
in
allowed
the
to
doorway.
ask him? Or
Don't worry, girl. It'll be on TMZ here in a
What
few.
do you mean by asking?
because when he sees this, he's not going to agree to it.
Yeah, he, by the way, like literally in the end of the video, when they answer the door for the police officer at the end of the Dakota's video of recording her hitting him, the officer's like, "Hey, what's going on here tonight?" And then you hear him, you hear her, it's not funny, but it's funny. You hear her hit him, and the guy's like, "Oh, you guys," it's just, she's so drunk.
Yeah, and then like he was like, "You're under arrest," and her fucking childish response wasn't her response wasn't, "Can I make arrangements for someone to like take care of my child tonight?" Right? Her response wasn't like, I don't know. I've been drunk and arrested before. One of the first things I say is like, "How early can I get out?" Like, how early can I put? Like, is this a drunk tank or like jail? That's another question I ask. But not like, is my kiddo gay? Her fucking childish response is, "Well, you're gonna arrest him too, right?" It's like
I peed my pants.
yeah. I pissed myself. He didn't piss himself, but like he still needs to be
His
arrested.
hands are dry. Why is he not being arrested?
Right. That's fucking crazy to me. It's crazy to me. And also, what did she just say? Oh, very, very, I'm not a professional on this, but like very, very typical abuser. Like when an arrest is about to be made in a domestic violence situation, she literally looked back at the cop, looked him in the eyes and said, "He's not going to agree with this." That's fucking manipulative as hell, dude. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Chad, am I wrong? I don't know, man. I've seen a couple instances like that, and I've heard those kinds of words be used. That's crazy.
Look at her face right there.
Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, she's not doing bad for being like 3 sheets to the wind. But
well, her beauty is the problem.
Yeah,
Part of the problem.
Well, and it's also probably like what like builds her arrogance a little.
Mm-hmm.
You know, which is crazy because like in the community that we're in, there's a lot of fucking ugly people that are arrogant as her. That like, it's like you are not that pretty. Like,
we're not saying who. We're just saying.
No, we're not naming names. We're not naming names.
Airman 4482, one female. Let's walk to my car.
I'm allowed to ask questions or
Yes,
not?
you can.
Okay, so can we ask him?
Yeah, I did. I did talk to him, and I told him how tonight was going to go. And
So that's fine.
he understood. He was very, upset about it. But
Well, what is he upset about? So I'm curious how I piss my pants tonight and I'm getting under arrest. I guess. Can you help me with that?
part of that could be. There's a lot of factors about that.
What is it?
But the main thing.
Can I see my mom and dad?
Okay, so she gets arrested, right? We got the point there. I want to take a gander at something real quick.
Laura said I peed, so I get to get off, right?
Oh, here it is.
I got to tell you, Laura, at least in the state of Michigan, I know from experience it doesn't work.
Of mom talk.
I think the goal was that we were all had this commonality.
Okay, this is Taylor, Frankie, Paul, kind of just generally explaining mom talk and the swinging thing.
Of making content, for one, for fun, and two, for a living. Some of us, did it as our job, so we did take it pretty seriously. And so we'd all come together and collaborate. So building our brands, our names, and the bigger your brand and name is, the more money you make for your family. So I think we all had the same goal of building that together.
At least I didn't see that process. Of us, for the most part, are still friends.
And Taylor, I'm not going to ask too much because I guess spoilers, but you're divorced. Are you still with your boyfriend that you talk about at the beginning of the show? Are you still together?
Yes. Yep. We are still together, and he is in the show. Again, I don't want to give it away, but he's in a big storyline of mine. So yes.
And has your mum come to accept him now? Because at the beginning of the show, we can see she is not impressed in the slightest, is she? She's not happy.
Yeah, I think everyone was quick to judge because it jumped into relationships so fast post-divorce that my parents were just very hesitant. I think to whomever would have came into my life at the time. Unfortunately, Dakota got, that harsh welcoming, if you will. But it does ease throughout the season. People just kind of getting bored in their relationship. Obviously, I think you have just led to one thing to another, and it was a huge fire at the end. But it started, I think, with people just kind of getting bored in their relationship. Obviously, I think you have to have an issue in order to open up those doors. And so for all of us now, today, everyone's divorced. Unfortunately, that was a part of it. But I think, I think it was something we did not even realize what we were doing. And then one day it all blew up, and here we are now.
And Macy, you and your husband, were you guys taking part?
No.
Were you guys swinging?
For a little group. I wasn't cool enough to be invited, so. I'm just kidding.
Are you still with your husband?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
You guys are happy. Yeah.
Yes, we're happy.
Taylor, explain soft swinging to me. What is soft swinging?
Yeah, I just want to say that I did not come up with that term. I learned it in the midst of all this as well. But it basically just means that you are doing everything but going all the way and fully switching partners.
So Taylor, in the promo for the show, you say no one is innocent and everybody hooked up. Is that true? Was everybody was doing it? Because Macy said she was part of that group.
Yeah, well, everyone that was involved in the group, which I do talk more about in the show, I don't want to give anything away.
Okay, so.
Lots to unpack here.
So essentially, this was the first scandal that got her notoriety and got the show and all that shit, all right? So she was married. She had 2 kids with her first husband, Tate Paul. We were talking about him earlier. And the oldest is the girl. She's now 8. And at the time in 2023, she would have been 4 or 5, probably. And then I don't do math so well. But then she had another son who was, I think he's just a couple years younger than the daughter. Okay. So she, after this whole scandal and the issues, the whole reason the soft swinging scandal stopped is because one of the husbands like fell in love with Taylor Frankie Paul. Okay. So it blew up again because of Taylor Frankie Paul and this guy. They got like too close and there was like feelings there and he wanted to leave his wife for her. Okay. And, you know, that didn't happen. But it did end her marriage. And he got full custody. So when they got a divorce, he got her to agree to full custody. I'm not really sure. I haven't like looked into like why it necessarily happened, but it just so happened that he was given full custody. And so at this point, when the TV show starts, she has visitation with her kids. So he's got full custody, but she sees them whenever she wants, essentially. I think they have a parenting plan. She mentions in an interview that she, you know, doesn't have the kids all the time. And that's kind of how it continued until she met Dakota. And unfortunately, after this situation that we saw in the beginning, the video of their altercation, like so many victims of domestic violence, he went back. So she ended up getting pregnant. And this was about 6 months into their relationship, I believe. And so she got pregnant and they had a son named Ever.
Son named what?
Ever. I think it's cute.
Okay. Yeah.
It's different, for sure.
Yeah.
So they had a son named Ever. I think he's just turned 2. Yeah, he just turned 2 years old. So pretty much right after this arrest, she gets pregnant. And she gives birth and they start filming for the show and more chaos breaks out because there's just a whole cheating scandal.
And you called it soft swinging, which is like, it's so funny. When you first pulled this video up, I was like, you know those memes where it's like you see, I think it's like Anne Hathaway on Zoom during like COVID, and it's like the face you see before like HR talks to you about the group chat leaking. You know, that's the vibes I get from like this little like Zoom call they're having. I'm like, it's very like a upper middle class, like white women, like just kind of chit chatting. I think when you say soft swinging, that's a very mitigating term for like reluctantly approved cheating. Am I wrong?
No.
Right? And you're going, come on, we're not like, we're doing everything but that, but we're not doing that. And it's like, what? Like, so we're just roommates now? I don't know. Am I wrong? Like, or
no,
is that like,
no.
is that, I don't want to, is that king shaming? Like, I don't want to king shame.
No.
Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, we're calling it soft swinging. And like, swinging is not proprietary to Utah. That happens everywhere. Like, you know what I mean? And it's like, if that's your deal and you have that agreement, I can tell you 100% of the time, there's always one person on one side of the coin that doesn't really agree with that, but like they love who they're with and they want them to be happy. And, you know, maybe there are two people who are like married and agree. I just like, maybe that's like a core value of mine. I think it's kind of fucking fake.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. No, it is.
Like, it's like at that rate, just don't be married. Just be honest with yourself and the people around you and just be like, I just like to dude, I like to goose multiple people. There's nothing wrong with that, you know?
Yeah. So they have their son Ever, and then they end up breaking up. And I want to show you from an episode of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, kind of like, it's a discussion they're having at a family dinner with Taylor's family. And this is after the situation happens between her and Dakota that essentially breaks them up for good, kind of, because she ends up not being able to get over what happens. So here we
go. Does anybody want any corn?
I'm good right now. Thank you, though.
You're just so quiet. Like, you're just so closed off.
I'm at loss of words.
You guys were together and then not together, and then what's today? What's today looking like, I guess?
I don't know. Not.
It's just so exhausting going back and forth, on, off. It's not good. We're all tired of it. Like, really.
It's obvious. You guys started your relationship on a foundation of shit.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah.
You didn't heal from your divorce. You had a ton of baggage. It's hard because you guys have a damn kid now.
Yeah. I always cry at these things, too. Actually,
shows you're a good human. Look, a relationship isn't 50-50. It's 100% on both ends. It feels like there's a little bit lacking on one end.
It's gonna take me a while to get there. I hear he slept with another girl. He admitted it. I was so sad that I needed space. He went and hooked up with Jenna that very night. I found out and was bawling my eyes out.
During the time when I slept with the girl, I hung with Taylor 3 times or 2 times.
2 nights after that, and he goes, and Taylor, you're pretty much the only girl I'm seeing. I'm trashed him. You come over the next night, me, and then you go and you hang out with another girl, and then he comes the next night and me again.
Well, okay.
I wasn't lying to you about someone else.
Here's the thing. I'm going to be blunt, freaking honest. Shit. He just told me that you guys had seen each other 3 times.
I don't know Taylor.
Before all this. And then you're sitting there telling me that he came over and had sex with you? What does that say about you? I'm not pointing fingers. You guys.
That's what I'm saying. I was trash.
I know. I'm saying no.
I guess what I'm hearing is you deserved what you got because you like gave it up so easily. That's what I hear. And when you hear your parents say that, like, why were you expecting to be respected? It like hurts.
I agree, all lives. It's not a.
Oh my God, not a good dinner table topic in the middle of the day?
Yeah, someone's over in the corner going, wow, whoever made the mashed potatoes is, well, you're a chef.
Okay, so everyone's kind of asking what's going on again. So Taylor was dating Dakota. They got in a fight. She got arrested. They got back together anyway. She got pregnant. She had their kid. And then they break up because she finds out that when they were first dating in the very beginning, they had seen each other, Dakota says, like 3 times, meaning they were dating in the beginning. They had met and hung out 3 different times, okay? They weren't in a relationship. He goes on to say in an interview, we'll see it, he says that she had told him that she wasn't ready for a relationship at all because of her divorce, okay? So anyway, when they have seen each other 3 times, he ends up hooking up with some other girl that he was seeing before her, okay? So she ends up finding that out, okay? Now, to make matters worse, the night she found out, the day she found out, they like break up or whatever, and he leaves and he goes to some girl's house and flirts with her and they make out and shit. They don't like fully have sex, but whatever. And then the next day he goes and makes up with Taylor and does have sex with Taylor. Okay? She then finds that part out. And so they break up, and they've hooked up since then, and they have a back and forth thing, but they've mostly remained broken up because of a situation stemming from them not even being in a relationship and him hooking up with somebody else. Okay? Now, I'm pointing this situation out because a lot of people online are saying that this is Dakota's fault and what happened to him and this abuse and the new allegations that we haven't found out yet. We just know that he has new allegations against her that they're investigating. Okay? People are saying this is happening because it's reactive abuse on her part and that it's his fault. And the reason why they're saying this is because they watch the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, and they've developed an opinion on the edited reality program that they display this man on. That's heavily edited in a way, by the way, to favor the star, Taylor Frankie Paul. So what's going on right now online in the reaction to this abuse scandal is wild to me. The fact that you could see this woman throwing a chair, even though her kid's right there, physically hurting her child, and now knowing there's new allegations, and he's brought up new allegations of her harming their son, and they're still writing for this woman. And yes, reactive abuse is a thing. Absolutely is a thing. So reactive abuse, if you guys don't know, it's essentially when someone has been being abused for some time, however long it may be. Sometimes it could be just one trigger, one hit, one argument, and it could make that person snap and hit back or something, right? That's what someone would call reactive abuse. So it's essentially like this person's still the victim, but after, being beaten down so often, they react out sometimes. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. To tie that to the Delphi community, it's kind of like when you go around accusing people of being a coordinated PR campaign firm for the prosecution. And then when you get exposed for being a fucking covert guilt or piece of shit, all of a sudden now you're sitting there going, I can't believe this is happening to me. These people are so terrible. I can't believe they're hurting me. And it's really like you're upset because you fucked around, you found out, and you virtually got your cheeks clapped. And now you're really, really upset. So you went and you poked the bear of people who were significantly more organized and smarter than you. And then when you got them a taste of your own medicine, you turn around and go, why aren't we unified? Why aren't we a team? Everyone's so mean to me. Mm-hmm. Why? For having a theory that's concocted bullshit? It's very, like, reactive abuse is like a crazy thing in reality. I don't think it like applies here to like
Correct.
what we're seeing.
I mean, there's no evidence to back up, because I mean, there are people online saying that he's the abuser, but there's literally no evidence to that, except for times on the show where it's found out that he like hooks up with someone that's a friend of hers.
And that's after they broke up and before they got back together, right? So yes. I mean, bro followed the rules.
I mean, it's fucking douchey, and it's fucking, oh, you are a fucking fuck you, right? And it's like, not a good boyfriend, maybe probably don't date him, but is that an abuser? I mean, even if he is guilty of emotional abuse, which he may be, I'm not sure. They play like games with each other. It's very clear it's a very toxic relationship. Right.
100%.
It's still not what the hell is going on with Taylor Frankie Paul, okay?
Well, I think like you got really close to, you helped me kind of understand this. Like there's a difference between being toxic and being abusive, right?
Absolutely.
Like you
especially
could be
when you're in an abusive relationship.
Right.
It's insanely easy for it to become this toxic cycle that you become a part of.
Yeah. I mean, I think like who knows why someone would be shitty in that situation when they're up against like what we just visually saw this past day or two, right?
Mhm.
And again, I'm not defending Dakota at all. I'm sure he's like, I don't agree with like, I don't know. If you break up with someone you love, you're not going to immediately go, you know, well, the best way to get over someone is to go under someone else. You know, that's not necessarily, it shouldn't be your immediate reaction, right?
Everyone grieves differently.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to say there's an argument that can be made through that, but like at the same time, it's like, who the hell knows? I think the common denominator thought that everyone can have watching this is like, these two people need to like not be together, and it's better for these fucking kids involved, like 100%. Like that's crazy, because at the end of the day, you need to look and go, what is best for these children, immaterial to like our wants, needs, and desires, or our family too.
Absolutely. Okay, so it's really important to me as the story develops that I'm kind of like, I am caping for the dude, right? And let me be clear, that's not my normal go-to. It's not my like automatic program setting to defend the man. That's not what's going on here, and I'm not like biased against the woman at all. I am in fact like, people would consider me kind of annoyingly feminist sometimes, right? But I'm also very logical, and I'm also a victim of domestic violence. Okay, so I was in a relationship that became violent for like 5 years, right? And it's still hard for me. It's still hard to, it's like, I'm still in love with the guy despite being away from it now, right? So I understand like Dakota's POV here, and because I feel like, because of my experience now, other people have said that they're victims of domestic violence and they're on her side and they say it's reactionary abuse. So maybe we all see things differently anyway, but when I look at Dakota and I'm hearing him tell the stories and whatnot, I'm getting, he's truly the victim in this. But go ahead. We're going to show them in their own words, but go ahead and say your.
Oh, I'm just, so a couple things. The first is like, I think when you look at the video that he took, that's why he didn't do any fighting back. Because I think that like, maybe the man loved to get his rocks off. He's a really good looking dude, right? Maybe he just, you know, he loved variety. I'm not that kind of guy. I'm a one woman man. I always have and I always will be. It's like, if I'm with you, I'm with you, right? And like, maybe he just did his thing. He pulled a Bill Clinton and whatever. But I think he might not have fought back. First of all, he probably kept his child in mind. Like, I don't want to escalate this because there's fucking children in the room. And the second thing is like, when you love someone or when you have feelings for someone, to your words, like that can last for a very long time, even if you're with other people. And it could have been, he was like, I don't want to hurt her because I love her, even if it's to defend myself. And I thought about this when I was watching the video, Spugs. I'm like, you always try to relate it back to like your own worldview, right? You want to kind of put, if you can't put yourself in their shoes, you want to put them in your shoes.
Absolutely.
And it's like, if that happened to me, my first reaction would be to freeze up and not even lift a hand, not lift a finger, because you know what? If it means the people I love and care about don't get hurt, I'll take every bit of damage and hurt that I can. And that's why I kind of vibe with Dakota just by that video alone. You know, and the other thing I'll say, I was blown away by And shout out to Ange, by the way. I don't mean to bring her up because I know she is kind of still staying private, but like some of the replies that you and her were on like a crusade these past like,
oh my god,
like yesterday and today, just absolutely going. And it's really reassuring for guys like me and dudes, just to understand that like, oh my God, there is like a logical approach to this, you know, that it's a okay, even if you don't give a fuck about Dakota and you think he's like this master manipulator, right? Which I don't just like watching a few videos of him, I think he's just a dumbass, right? And I don't mean that to be a negative thing, but like, I just don't think he's smart enough to be this manipulative. I could be wrong, but for you guys to go, okay, let's say like remove Dakota from the fucking situation. A child has a goose egg on their head because a chair was thrown, right? That's a fucking problem.
That's a fucking problem.
And to say like, oh, well, she was baited. Don't take the bait. Oh, she was drunk. Well, sounds to me like you need to reach a wonderful 4 years of sobriety and love yourself more if that can't work for you, right?
Right.
And I'm not saying you were like that before. Mm-hmm. I'm sure you were fun as fuck at parties. Like, I'm sure you were, and you did all that for you. I'm not taking that away from you. But I think the one thing that like people need to keep in mind is remove Dakota from the situation, and you have a child that was harmed in this. And then we just saw the video after the fact where like she doesn't really care what happened. Mm-mm. You know, and that's like a tough thing. The last thing I'll say is when you were talking about like Dakota and like coming back to your abusers, right? We have seen situations where people aren't abusers. They're, as a matter of fact, saints. And people are so dependent on their significant other, such as Richard Allen with his wife, Kathy. Every single breath that man takes, he takes into consideration what effect it may have on her. And so you can only imagine someone as codependent on their spouse as Rick. Imagine, hypothetically, if Kathy were to turn into her, right?
Uh-huh.
Like, do you think it's going to be easy for someone like Rick to leave that situation? No. And so I'm sure they had a point in their relationship where like he was her Rick. He's like, I love this girl. Like, I can't imagine a life without her. And no one here can be the arbiter of how quick that happens. But it's just something to think about. Like, people have dependencies and they might develop them really quick, man.
Yeah,
you know?
Especially when you... I mean, what I haven't shared yet is Dakota's also an addict in recovery. So he was addicted to heroin. And when he met Taylor, Frankie Paul, and they got in the relationship, he was only about 6 months sober.
This country has a 2% heroin recovery rate, by the way. 2%.
Yep.
Which is crazy.
It affects everyone everywhere.
Yep.
And Dakota shared his story. He had really good parents and a really good upbringing. It was just, he was an athlete, I think, got an injury type shit, right? Like, or he just tried drugs. I forgot. It was one of those.
The just say no people think that like, we could talk about this for hours. That like heroin and like drug abuse starts just because people are like, oh, I'm bored. I want to have a good time one day. And they just decide to do it. Mm-hmm. No, I got news for you. A vast majority of it is prescription medication, which sounds like that's what Dakota's situation was. Mm-hmm. Or I hate to say this is like super morbid and fucked up, but like an abusive adult in their life when they're a child gets them hooked on those drugs.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, like that's like, so it drives me nuts when people look at a singular person, you know, who's addictive. We're not talking about like Kathy Clendenning who wants to just fit in with the biker gang. I don't give a fuck about her situation. She's just an idiot. But we're talking about, we're talking about like people who, when they grew up, they actually had like abusive, manipulative, controlling, drug addicted parents, aunts, uncles, whatever.
Right.
who like got them into this. So like, again, that's another layer of like, we don't know what's going on with him. And that's another layer of we don't know what's going on with her.
Right. All right. So right now we're gonna get into they were both interviewed by Nick Viall. All right. Nick Viall is a very popular reality TV show host. If I haven't said this before already, I'm a huge reality TV connoisseur. Like I watch more Secret Lives of Mormon. Like I watch all this shit. So I'm not just coming in from this like not knowing anything and like what like I've watched all these episodes and I know these people from an edited point of view. Right. So
Right. You're a pro. You're a pro.
Right. I'm a pro reality TV watcher. So,
I'm an objective observer. I cashed out of like Survivor season 2. So
So this guy, Nick Viall, he was on The Bachelorette and then he was on The Bachelor or whatever. He ends up having both Dakota and Taylor Frankie Paul on separately to talk about their relationship and the situation of the domestic violence situation.
But then
I got to assume him being a recovering addict created a safe space for you in a way that made you feel less judged. I'm guessing he was too busy judging himself and trying to heal that.
Yeah.
He probably created a very unjudgmental atmosphere for you, which made you feel safe.
Yes, and he opened up about a lot of things which are his story to tell. So yes, it made me feel very comfortable and I felt good and safe. And this just guy, like, I'm like, great, like it's gonna get me out of this hellhole, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so we start to date and I'm like, okay, one thing I want is just honesty and a fresh start. That's what I want going into this, because like that, I don't want that ever again. And so I was very clear to him in the beginning. And so when he asked me, I think our third time hanging out, like, hey, well, like, what are we? I was like, well, we're nothing. We're on our third date, you know, like, but you are the only one I'm seeing. He's like, okay, cool, me too. And then we make a TikTok together and a girl's like, oh, just so you know, he was like at my roommate's like last week sleeping with her. So just want to let you know, hopefully you're not dating. And so I'm like, okay, so I see it on the internet. I text him. I'm like, hey, have you
Okay, so just to recap, they're seeing each other. They've seen each other 3 times. They say, oh, don't want a relationship, but you're the only person I'm seeing. He says, yeah, me too. Okay, obviously lied, right? And then this
like hooked up with anyone since seeing me? He's like, I did with one girl. And so I was just like, okay, I text him and he's like, yeah, I'm so sorry. He sends me like 15 messages. I ignore him. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm bawling. And I don't even think it's the fact that like, yeah, we're in the gray, but like, I think it's just like, I trusted you and I've just been through so much. Like, I feel like betrayal, but also at the same time, I was like, karma's a bitch. Like in my head, I'm like, this sucks. So, okay, I'm like, whatever, we're in the gray. Like, yes, okay, let's start fresh. And he's like, okay, well, I'm not ready to be exclusive with you. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Like, whatever, let's date. And then I asked him to come over one night and he's like, I can't, I'm good. I'm doing a guy's night. I'm like, okay, have fun. He sends me a picture with like all the guys. I'm like, okay, cool. And then later in our relationship, I find out, I start asking more questions because we're girls. We dig, you know, I'm like digging. I'm like, so early on, I was like, did you kiss anyone else? He's like, I kissed a girl a couple weeks ago, whatever. Like, blue. I was like, okay, like whatever, let it go. And then I start digging, like when we're in a relationship, I'm like, so when did you like kiss that girl like that you had like you hooked up with, you know? And he's like, it was this night, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like putting pieces together. And I'm like, okay, so the night I asked to hang out, you were at guys' night. He ended up going to her house late that night, hooking up with her. The night before he hooked up with me, the night after he comes and hooks up with me. And for a girl, this is just a huge deal. Like, I can't speak for men because he's like, it doesn't mean anything. And I'm like, I get that, but it means something to me. I hung out with that girl the whole next day at a pool party, by the way, next to me. Okay.
And you had no idea?
No idea. So I can't imagine if she would have said the night before, I was like hooking up with Dakota Mortensen.
Is this
like
this Jen girl?
Jenna.
Yes.
Jenna.
Okay. I don't want to make her a big deal because like she's.
I mean, she is name dropped all throughout this show.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, F me.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jenna. Okay. Anyways, like
I think Jenna.
It's not about Jenna. It's not. It's about like me feeling insecure and feeling less than and unworthy and not good enough. Like it's not about her. But
and him lying to you about it.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Yes.
And so in my head, that's why I'm still like pissed to this day. Like it triggers me. It's crazy. Like I don't know how I'm not over it. But it's like the feelings of that I wasn't good enough to be chosen. Like at that time, like that night, like I asked you to come over. Like
and then you sleep with me the night before and the night after, and I hang out with that girl and you don't say a word? How? Like in my head, I'm like, how did you do that to me? After forgiving you 3 days after hurting me with another girl, like, I'm like, I still to this day, like, have not let it go. Like, I can't. Like,
has he come fully clean about everything that's happened?
And he's apologized and he's like, I'm so sorry. Like, I know I hurt you. I was in it. It was the gray area. Like, he didn't owe me that, right? Like, and yes, he could go do that. And that's what sucks. And that's like, he didn't cheat or anything.
It's the chosen part.
Yeah.
He made you look like a fool.
Yes. And not only that, but I forgave you for the first one.
Well,
and
I
then
mean, you didn't look
into-
like a fool, but you know what I'm saying?
No.
Like, it felt, here you are hanging out with the girl the next day. She knows, you don't. And like anyone in that position.
The day she didn't know. She called him that night because she heard me name drop him.
Okay, that should feel better.
So she hears me name drop. They're like, are you saying anyone? I was like, I don't even think I said his name. I was like, yeah. And then she digged and got his name that it was him.
Yeah.
So she calls him, you saying Taylor? Like, blah, blah, blah. Like, how serious is it? I don't know what he tells her on the phone on the way to my house. Like, I dig and I dug and I got, details I didn't want to know. And I think it hurt because just the lies of it. And I was already like dead inside, like dying, like of everything else. And so that on top of it was like, whoa, yeah, you don't care about my feelings at all. Like,
do you feel like there's a piece of you that can relate to Dakota not choosing you that night because you didn't choose your husband that
right.
night?
It's my karma. Absolutely. I feel like God is like, this is like your punishment for what you did to your spouse. You're going to feel what you did. So yes, I have like sat in that and been like, I deserve this pain. I still to this day, I'm like, every pain I feel like you deserve it. Like in my head, I'm like, good.
At some point, you're gonna have to
let it go.
Yeah.
I know. And to progress with him because I'm stuck. I'm stuck in 2022. Like I really
You're
am.
only hurting yourself at this point.
I know. I'm torturing myself and him.
Well, let's get into that in a moment, but let's talk about the arrest.
The show kind of glosses over it, and I can't imagine how hard this is to relive.
Mhm.
I imagine this was a very dark night and something you don't want to think about or talk about often, and I
Mhm.
completely understand that.
Yeah.
But I guess I remember seeing it online, and yeah, I would like to know how it got to the point it did. Like, walk us through that night.
Yeah. I feel like it was a build up, so not just that night. This is post. I had an ectopic a few months prior.
Wow.
And then I had a chemical pregnancy. So obviously don't want to blame hormones, but I will put that into account. Like I am pretty like whack.
What's a chemical pregnancy?
It's where you lose it so early that like you don't even notice, like most of the time.
But your body is kind of operating as if you're pregnant.
Yes, like
in a way.
you get pregnancy tests and then it just goes, you're not anymore.
Okay.
So I knew because I had taken one and I was, and then I wasn't. So they're like, you probably just lost it really early. So I was like, okay. And so I think hormones are whack at this point. I'm feeling crazy. I'm feeling lost. I don't know what to do. I'm angry. I'm very angry. That's the one emotion I feel like, which I'm learning in therapy right now is like really good to an extent, right? Not to that point of that night, but like I was finally feeling like emotion. And I feel like that's a step is like anger. And then I end up like drinking that night again, feeling very lost. I hadn't drank really lately in that time, but I was feeling so low that I went and drank that night and had a girls' night. Dakota picks me up. He's angry that I drank and I'm like feeling shitty. I'm crying to the whole way home of like, I hate my life. Like, I'm like saying sorry. Like, I'm so sorry to my family. Like, hysterically sad. I'm like crying. And I think because the alcohol had taken down that guard, like I could finally feel. And so it was so sad. Then I was so sad. And then I get home and I think about like what Dakota had like put on that. And like, it's not his fault, but like, I'm like wanting to cling to something. So I like blame him. Like, I hate you. Like, I'm so angry and, projecting on him. And I'm like throwing things. I remember like throwing things and I don't know my daughter's on the couch. Like, I had no idea. Like, we had babysitters there. So I think they're upstairs sleeping. And so like, I just like started throwing things. I'm like so mad.
Okay, now she's saying she doesn't know her daughter's there. He clearly warns her that her daughter is right there when she initially begins to throw stuff.
And I throw a chair and Dakota's like, hey, like, and he's like, here. And I'm like so gone that I don't care. Like, and I throw another chair and it like, we don't know if it hit her or not, but like it sounded like it did. So in the police report, it does say like.
Sorry.
Correct. No, correct. Yeah. We were gonna pause there. What? Let's hear that again.
Yeah, I'll comment at the end.
That I don't care, like, and they throw another chair and it, like, we don't know if it hit her or not, but, like, it sounded like it did. So in the police report, it does say, like, it hit her, but in reality, like, we didn't know if it hit her. It might have not have hit.
Might not have.
So she got the goose egg from, like, it just magically grew on her head?
Yep. Let's take a look, see where that is here. I got that picture. Okay. Police report says the 5-year-old girl was hit and later had a goose egg on her head. Okay. That's from the police report. And now we're here.
She lost custody, right?
She didn't even have custody of the older two at this time, because in her divorce from her first husband, Tate Paul, he got full custody. Don't know how he was able to fight for that and get it. I would be very interested to know if Tate has been a silent victim for a long time.
Like, I just feel, I'm just going to say this, I feel like throwing chairs is a casual thing to her. Like,
Right.
that's scary. I don't
Like,
think she
it's
needs to be in the
nothing.
Bachelorette. I don't think she needs to be at the Bachelorette. I think she needs to be on, like, in the WWE.
Yeah, definitely.
Hit her at all. Like,
She didn't have any noticeable injuries.
no, nothing was there. Like, my mom took her that night. They inspected her. Everything was good.
Lying.
Crying?
I think she was crying because she saw me crying.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, that's why.
And I got arrested. I was
Fuck.
like, he's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "No." He's like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "I'm hurting inside."
That's what I mean when I said they were muddying the waters and they were making it seem like the child abuse part of it wasn't really a thing. And then she goes on to fucking lie about it in interviews about it.
Well, and are we talking about, like, the people on Twitter who are defending her? Is that what we're talking about?
Just, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
just the fact that, no, it's like the clear point here that I'm trying to make is she is so clearly the fucking aggressor. So clearly the aggressor, and now even lying and covering it up. And the fact that production and all these people, they knew and they saw this video. They have this video. Everybody knew.
It's very, just like, again, from what I've seen on, like, Twitter with like some of the stuff you and Andrew were responding to and some of the stuff I searched, it's very disheartening to me that, like, she is getting the exact same abuser excuses that men get commonly. Well, I wouldn't have done it if I wasn't provoked, right? He provoked me. The like mitigating part of it, like, I'm pretty sure I've heard people say a chair was thrown. No, she threw the chair.
Right.
Or, like, the chair hit the child, or may have. Like, no, it did. Or, well, he's been, this is reaction abuse, right? We heard that too. He's been egging her on for years. And it's like, always like, well, if he didn't behave this way, then she would have never, I don't know, put him in a fucking headlock? Is that what we're talking about?
And the new allegations. So let's do a quick fast forward, guys. So right now,
Sorry.
No, you're good. It's just the current situation of the matter was how this all blew up and became a thing was we find out that the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives has paused filming. Okay, so they paused filming, and we find out it's because of a blow up between Dakota and Taylor Frankie Paul. Oh my God, Teresa! Hi, T. I love you. I'm so happy to see you here.
Hi, T.
So,
Hope you're well.
So, what was I saying?
You were saying they paused the show.
So they paused the show, and then it comes out that they paused because there's some allegations of domestic violence, but they don't say from who. Okay?
Which is poetic because Salty just asked, didn't she throw 2 chairs? Yes, she threw not one. And was like, maybe that was a bad idea. Mm-hmm. She literally looked around and said, there's another one here. And she almost broke that beautiful TV they had too, by the way. Like, I understand there's a child that's hurt, but the TV almost got broke too. But the allegations surfacing and all this stuff and like them canceling the show, it's like, welcome to like reality, like legitimate reality, not reality TV, like actual reality. You cannot abuse your spouse despite what they've done leading up to this. The other thing I that really got my piss hot, because we've seen this with in the reverse too, which is more common, like when a man abuses a woman, like the video gets shared and they're like, oh well, this is a smear campaign.
Right.
This is like, I saw people literally saying the president committed rape and is still the president, and yet we're attacking a woman who threw a chair. And the response to that is like, what if I told you both can be fucking wrong? Both can be wrong. How about that?
And
let's use the smart part of our brains. You know, it's crazy to me.
That's stupid. And
sorry, the deflection's insane.
Wild. So T says, I don't give a crap who started it. She hit her kid and didn't give a shit. Right?
Yeah, 1,000,000%.
Right. If there's something we could all come into agreement with is, okay, even if this guy is the douchiest douche nozzle of the douches, all right, she not only was abusing him, she was abusing her child. Okay, because not only is it abuse, I mean, there's direct physical abuse because she threw a chair and it hit her child, and she was aware that her child was there. Right, that's direct physical abuse. There's also just the matter of her child being there witnessing it is abuse. Like, those are the things that shape us. I mean, ages 3 to 7 are when we develop the most and learn the most.
Right.
And that's when this child is experiencing this situation is brutal.
Yeah, and here's the thing, and I again, we've already established like this child was a victim of collateral abuse, right? Whether it was intentional or just neglectful, right?
Mm-hmm.
But my problem is that people are like, oh, how convenient for him to like timely pull out his phone and start recording. And we can go back and watch the video and you will see when she's in that little like hallway, she literally looks and sees like in the area of where he has his phone, like it's almost as if she's like making eye contact with like you, the viewer, mm-hmm. and still in a fit of rage. Like, I don't know about you. If someone pulls out their phone and starts recording me, I like almost have a sixth sense that like I know it's happening. Mm-hmm. Even when I'm hammered, I'm like, what are you doing over here? Like, you know, she 100%. Yeah, we can replay it. She saw that he was recording with her phone, and she still went hard as a motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Hard.
Okay, we're gonna replay it so everyone in the chat can see, and we'll just not go through all the end audio.
Yeah, look at you. Look. Yeah, look. This is called physical abuse. Yeah. Yeah. See, Taylor, this is all you do. It's the only thing you know how to do is hurt me. Huh? And you think this is okay? It's not okay.
Right here.
Yeah, and it sounds like he's recording this to show her.
Yeah, and he's doing the most California thing, which is like she's like, I'm not going to be dramatic and say like, you know, his life was in danger, but like she's clearly trying to hurt him and he's trying to talk sense into her. You know, he's like, hey, stop. Like, do you see what you're doing? I'm trying not to laugh. Like, it's not funny, but fuck, man, it's like, it's almost like he's kind of.
Oh my God.
It's like he's narrating it to her to like try to talk some sense into her. And again, if you reverse the roles, women aren't afforded that opportunity. Like, it's bad. It's way worse. I'm going to say this right now. It's way fucking worse most of the time. However, in this situation, he is literally trying to be like, hey, I've got my phone out. I'm recording you. The only thing that could be a better situation if he's like, I'm filming you or whatever. But then, yeah. He's like, wait, no, stop. Think about like what effect this has on your like.
From Idaho.
Think about it. Yeah, sorry, but it's just like I don't mean to laugh at that, but it's something I noticed.
No, I mean we gotta laugh about the heavy shit too. Like,
right? Yeah, that's how you cope.
This is how I cope, people. I don't throw chairs.
That's how we cope.
I make dark jokes.
But look.
Let me go. Stop. Dude, leave me alone. Oh my gosh. Your daughter is right here. Oh my gosh. Oh my. You're unbelievable. No, you. Stop throwing stuff and help your daughter. Your daughter. Stop screaming at me. God. Stop, Taylor.
I mean, just insane.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
As he's trying to protect the daughter, she's literally throwing a chair at him and then blaming him, and then doing it again.
Yeah, and so I don't know if Salty's still with us, but she actually threw 3 chairs, and it sounds to me like the 3rd chair was the one, like when he went to block, it bounced off him and hit, because like that's when you hear their kid crying.
Right.
I'm just disclaimer, guys. You guys really gotta, when we're talking about heavy shit like this, I really, Kate, I love you, but you cannot make me laugh by saying he should have rebuked her in the name of Jesus. You cannot do that to me. You cannot. What like I got hit hard. I got hit hard with the all eyes dinner table conversation. That killed me. That shit would.
Power of Christ compels you, bitch. Bro.
You guys gotta stop.
It's even funnier because they're Mormon.
You guys think they're gonna do a makeup soak?
They're Mormon. Oh my God.
Dude, you guys are feral right now. That's crazy. That's crazy.
This shit is heavy. We gotta laugh.
I know. Listen, if you don't find cope jokes in very traumatic situations funny, I really can't fuck with you, because that tells me you haven't really been through enough in your life. That, or you haven't worked a retail job for like more than a year or two.
I can't do it. And so I was like really in the inside. I couldn't cope. And then my daughter's in the window watching me, and I don't care. I'm just so hurt. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I can't imagine.
And I don't care. I feel like so careless. I didn't care. And that's what like hurts, is like I didn't think about her, that night. And I ended up getting arrested. I went to jail, and I'm sitting in there like hungover. Sorry, I'm trying to tell the story for you guys. Thank you. Oh, that's a hard one to tell. I'm like, yeah, just sitting in the cell and hating my life, of course. And to make matters worse, and I know this is like funny to people like outside, but I was dressed as a man because I was dressed as my ex. Like, that was the party with the theme was like, you're dressed as your ex. So yeah, I have facial hair on at this point.
Your mugshot?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Well, I think I cried it off, but
oh boy,
I'm dressed as a man that night, and yeah, it's so bad. So I go to the cell dressed as my ex, and
was your ex involved in the situation? Or was it just you and Dakota? Because it seemed unclear.
Oh yeah, just Dakota. Like, yeah, with all this, nothing to do
It
with
had
him.
nothing to do with your ex.
No, he was like shocked because I feel like I'm a very calm person. Like, I never yelled or did anything in my marriage. So when he heard this, he was like, "What is going?"
I don't believe that for a second. She says that in their marriage that never happened, but I don't believe that for a fucking second. T has
No.
like a lot of information on this.
Who, T?
Yeah, T says
Yeah.
Tate wasn't allowed to see the tape until it was public yesterday. I never knew that.
Nope.
He didn't even. So Tate Paul, the father of the child that was hurt in the video, never saw the tape and got to see it with everyone else. So he was probably led to believe it wasn't as bad, just as everyone else was made to believe. And that's his own kid. So we heard about it yesterday and filed for temporary full custody. I thought he had full custody.
So that was Tate's kid who caught the stray?
Yes.
Okay.
At the time of this, their son had not been born yet.
So Dakota's protecting
her child
against her, and it's not even his, which doesn't matter. A child's a child, right? But like, I think that's also, that kind of speaks volumes. I just, T, I'm going to ask you this, just your opinion. I feel like some of the stuff she's saying is a very watered down diet version of what we got from Chris Watts, where like every single bit of his action is just coming from someone else, all the way down to, well, I was dressed like a man because I went to a party where we obsessed over our exes. First of all, it's kind of a fucked up party, if we're being honest. Like, have you ever heard of a party? I've been to costume parties. I've been to a costume party you're dressed like your ex. Sounds like there's a really, really, really good opportunity. If you're an Australian psychologist and you're looking to move to America, I don't necessarily recommend Oklahoma, probably Utah, because I think there's a huge opportunity for some therapy there. And
she says, I think she has mental illness and doesn't understand it, isn't willing to actually get the help she needs. So here's the thing, right? So I actually watched this show, and on the last season that just aired, season 4, we find out that Taylor Frankie Paul's, a lot of her damage comes from her abandonment, right? Like, her father was never in her life, her birth father. However, when she was like 2 years old, her mom started dating a different guy who then adopted her and has been like a father figure and is a good dude, right? That was the guy at the dinner table we saw. Come to find out in season 4 that Taylor Frankie Paul's father was physically abusive to her mom. And so we find out that prior to him even becoming a drug addict, because that's kind of why he abandoned her and disappeared, was because he became heavily into drugs and cared more about drugs than his child. Come to find out, before the drug addiction even happened, he had physically kicked Taylor Frankie Paul's mother in the stomach while she was pregnant. And that comes out on one of the episodes. So it's also alluded to by the mother that there's a lot more situations that occurred between the two of them that she doesn't want to get into. And she literally says to her daughter, I don't know if I'll ever want to get into it. And it's like, really? Because you're seeing your daughter suffer from so many anger issues, clear anger issues. Keith, I know you don't watch the show, but anyone who watches Secret Lives of Mormon Wives can tell that this chick has the shortest temper, goes off the handle, very emotional, like cannot process anything without anger being the first go-to reaction. Come to find out, her father had these same anger issues that ended up manifesting in physical violence. And the mom, I know it's hard, but if that's going on in your family history and you witness your daughter like experiencing shit, like, that's the time to open up, right? Like, that would be the time to say, hey, like, I feel like you might be struggling. I just want to tell you what I experienced. Maybe you need certain help, but you know, you would do whatever it takes to hopefully like prevent your child from suffering more, and certainly not ending up like, you know, the father who physically assaulted you. So it just adds a whole other layer to this. And I'm not saying because her father was an abuser, she's automatically an abuser. I'm just saying, like, she clearly inherited his anger issues. I think that quick to anger would certainly be something that would be genetic. Being physically abusive is not genetic, right? But the anger issues absolutely could be. And she never, doesn't seem like she got the right help for that.
Yeah, it's the nature versus nurture paradox that we live in 24/7, right? I think, and you're right. I haven't watched this show. I'm kind of like an objective outside observer. I love that we can apply like just kind of real life aspects of things. But I think the problem is that, like, again, and I'm getting snippets of videos and cuts, and I don't want to kind of dunk on Taylor, but like, we're hearing about the struggles that she's gone through reactively, right? Like, after she's kind of perpetrated some kind of like misbehavior, it's always this, the response is, well, I had this happen. We see this a lot with people. And T asked me, why do I think she was chosen as a bachelorette when they knew she had pled guilty to DV? The answer is, first of all, what you just said, Spugs, which is like her first reaction is anger and like kind of like outward expression, which is great for ratings. I hate to say it, but then like you also, it's Hulu Disney, baby. They cover shit up all the time. If this is the publisher that I am under the impression that it is, I could be wrong, but yeah, they would never choose a man to be convicted of domestic violence because that would be uglier than sin. That would be the most depressing. Yeah, that's
Never that video.
Right, but I think it's like when you can a lot of this reality TV, when you can hone in on maybe someone who has some like undiagnosed, untreated mental health issues, and yeah, okay, thank you. All right, Skin Row kind of reinforced, like, I didn't want to go that far and say like I knew she'd be violent, but like, yeah, I mean, dude, I'll admit, like, I used to watch bum fights back in the day. It's fun to see someone get their ass beat. It really is. Like, the UFC is fun for me because it's like, it's cool to see someone beat someone else up. Like, that's the society that we live in. A lot of sports are combative and physical. That would T said she loves bum fights. That's awesome. That's awesome. T and I are somewhere in the afterlife drinking Dr. Pepper and watching bum fights. But sorry, I didn't mean to go on too much, Bugs, but like, I think a lot of that comes from like, it's just ratings, baby. You know, get them going, get the viewership up.
I would agree. I would say that I don't think that they wanted her to be violent. I think that they believed that she would certainly be verbally aggressive and yell and shout and be drama. I think that, well, it's been reported that they were given the video and they didn't want to see it. And that they were kind of like, well, we'd rather not get into it. And so they knew about the police report and they knew about the prior allegation and arrest, but they never saw the video because they chose not to. So it was like literal willful blindness because they had been pushed by people that this was going to be amazing for ratings and make them so much money. And yeah, she's yada yada, but she's going to, you know, create drama. And look, she's had 3 seasons of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives and she hasn't exploded and physically hurt anyone on there. right, that they were aware of or anything. So, you know, they said, oh, we can control the fucking personality disorder this chick obviously has.
Well, and I like to think, again, I'm no professional. I'm not a journalist, so I don't know anything. But it's much easier to maybe kick that can down the road, air a show, and then deal with the fallout after, because you're like, oh, well, we're already streaming it, you know? Like, this had to be really painful for them to pull this before it aired. It had to be, they had to, like...
Millions.
Yeah,
and
millions.
they were literally going to. So she was selected to become the Bachelorette, right? I don't know if we said that straight out, but she was, after this and after 4 seasons of Secret Lives and Mormon Wives and yada yada and her issues, she was selected to become ABC's The Bachelorette, and she goes and she films it. Okay,
right.
And come to find out, she gets engaged at the end. And she flies back to Utah, and then the guy comes out to visit, and she ends up dumping him. And as far as we know, all we know is it has something to do with her and not being over Dakota. Okay, so then her and Dakota are hanging out again, and that's when these new altercations occur. This happened last month in February. Okay, so she comes back from filming. She gets engaged. She picks this guy named Doug. She comes back to Utah. She ends up getting back involved with Dakota, dumping the guy that won, and then ends up having these 2 separate incidents. Okay, so the first incident got physical, but he didn't do anything. Like, apparently he called 911, and then she convinced him to, you know, let it go, or just tell them the baby was sick ever. So the baby their son ever experienced both of these incidents that just happened in February. So he backs off, he doesn't call, and then the next day she comes over and another incident occurs, and this time the roommate calls for him. And now she wasn't arrested, and she's on probation. So she ended up pleading guilty to her arrest in 2023. She pled guilty, but they end up dropping the child abuse charge in a plea deal. Okay, so she pleads out to just get it over with, not have to go to trial. No. Okay, I'll plead guilty. She only pleads guilty to aggravated assault. They drop all the child abuse charges. So she's still on probation for that. That was supposed to be up in August. Now this situation happens, and I'm not sure. I'm hearing reporting that the roommate called CPS or he called the cops. I don't know. But they started an investigation into both of them, because Taylor is now claiming that she wasn't physical at all. It was all Dakota. Okay, so then today we find out that Dakota ends up filing for, he ended up filing 2 days ago, Tuesday. He ended up filing in Utah court for sole custody and for a restraining order against Taylor Frankie Paul. We find out today he was granted the restraining order, and he has full custody, emergency custody of their son Ever, until they have an emergency hearing on April 7th, I believe. April 7th, they'll go to court and have a hearing, and the judge will decide from then if she can be around the baby or not. So right now, her custody has been stripped from her, pending further investigation. Now,
and they're both ordered a mental health evaluation, right?
Correct, and they've both been. They're both under investigation by DCFS, I believe, and like undergoing a mental health investigation,
Right.
whatever, because she's made claims, but now we're also hearing reporting that the cast in their meeting with ABC executives and Disney, you know, they had other videos showing abuse. And so there's more out there of the recent incidents, and it's the only reason they're not out is because this is all still pending investigation. So I think Taylor Frankie Paul is going to end up in jail.
Yeah, if this was a man, and
She'd already be
rightfully so, it would take that one video. That'd be it, and rightfully so, right?
Right.
But I think, like, I mean, you have an actual literal like assault on video footage, despite who was the aggressor, who was I mean, we would probably need to lean on like a lawyer to tell us about mutual combat laws in Utah and how that might conflict with domestic violence. But you have an actual assault on video. I just don't know how she. I don't know how she gets out of that, dude.
I thought that too when I first heard about her before like the show started. I was like, wait, what? And who am I? She hit who? Which Frankie? Literally. Okay.
I mean, but just to go on this podcast, be like, he started it. I didn't know my kid was around. I didn't really think about that. You know, I feel bad. And he even like kind of apologized for being shitty and making me shitty. Is anyone buying that? Like, you're not buying it, of course, but like, I don't know.
Here we go. All right. So, to be TBD on this whole story. I'm going to come back to this because I can't stand this bitch. And what I also really can't stand is the way I'm watching society defend her and try to make excuses for her and try to blame this on the guy because he's a douchebag on reality TV. So please, God, stop victim blaming. Men can be victims of abuse. Women are very capable of being abusive. Just because they may not be as strong doesn't mean they can't impact, doesn't mean they can't pick up a knife. Hell, that case coming on the trial soon, Courtney Clenny, there's a very similar video out there of her getting in a fight with her boyfriend who she inevitably ended up murdering. So it's really serious shit. And the victim blaming and the blaming shift to Dakota is what we're not going to do. Not over here anyway.
Even if you have the mindset of like, well, he wasn't really a victim. Like, I know there's dudes out there that are kind of like me in some sense where they're like, or you took some shots, but you're not really hurt, right? Like, you'll be okay. You're not really hurt. The fact that we're blaming a child catching strays on like the reason she wouldn't have thrown those chairs if he wouldn't have like baited her
or slept with someone after they hung out 3 times.
Yeah, like I
real fucking for real.
Listen, goosing someone else is not deserving of like the Stone Cold Steve Austin treatment to your child.
What is the goosing? Who calls it that?
Sorry, that's like.
Is that a Midwestern thing too?
I don't know if it's
goosing.
Like that's probably like my Uper family, but I don't know.
When
I don't know.
Think of goosing, I think of like someone grabbing a butt.
Oh, I think of like the sound geese make, and you relate that to the sound people make when they're doing it.
Now we know what Keith sounds like.
No. I'm not too noisy, unless you know what you're doing. No, but okay. Having intercourse with another person does not justify getting chairs thrown at you or your child. or a child, right? And like, I think the fucked up thing is that people are like, we call it stovepiping. Dude, you guys are wild.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think that's a fucking excuse to turn around and go, well, he shouldn't have like started it. That's childish. And ran. Oh, that looks familiar. Are we getting into?
Yeah, so that was heavy as fuck. So let's get into some litty. So, man, y'all, I love me some Afroman, don't y'all? So the trial heard around the world, probably like the trial of the century, honestly, is going to end up being the trial of Afroman was being sued. So essentially, the sheriff's office, Afroman lives in Ohio. Sheriff's office in the county he lived in, Adams County, they got a tip in 2022 that from a CI, I believe, and they had allegations of sex trafficking and drugs and shit. And just based on shoddy story from just this person, this woman, so they got a judge to sign off on a search warrant, and they showed up at his property and they like destroyed his shit, like broke down doors and turns out like stole $5,000 from his personal money in his home. And they claim they took nothing and that they don't know what he's talking about and they don't have to fix any of the damages they caused and yada yada yada. And he's like, wait a minute, well, fuck you. So if you're not gonna pay for my shit, I'm gonna make that money some other way. So I'm gonna use this situation and make parody music videos and music and just make fun of this fucking situation and call these people out because that is my First Amendment right. Right?
Yeah. And one thing I'll add, this is for anyone who is current or aspiring law enforcement. When you're raiding someone's house, do not deactivate their cameras. Do not damage their cameras. Let them run because, first of all, chances are you probably got a body camera that's video and audio recording. Second of all, if you are a law enforcement officer of integrity, then you're not really concerned with that. You're not really concerned with that at all. I think AB touched on that, but like that was just also a very weird aspect on top of like they still haven't fixed this man's motherfucking door. They deactivated his security cameras and then they accused him of being a sex addict, which if we're talking about defamation, but sorry, I don't want to get ahead of, but what a bizarre. For those of you who are like, Adams County is just east of like kind of Cincinnati proper.
Oh, Ohio's like your thing.
I'm out there, so I'm gonna be like, if I'm a little bit like nice to these cops, it's because like I've been to Agave and Ryan Norwood a couple times, so like be gentle. I'm like out here and shit. So don't be fucking mean. What's that?
You gotta protect yourself.
A little bit. I mean, dude, after Carroll County, I'm not fucking with anybody. You know what I mean?
True that.
After seeing Carroll County, I'm not fucking with anybody. But I do have to say, there are a wealth of cops out there that are looking at this trial, and they are in agreement with all of us, whether you're ACAB or anywhere in between. They're in agreement going, why the fuck was this even a thing? It's crazy. Go on. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely crazy. So he ends up starting releasing all this stuff and like merch with all these different hilarious things like Laura here saying, and don't eat the pound cake. Like there's a whole it's lemon pound cake, right? It's just a whole thing. And it's the funniest shit I have seen in my life.
The funniest shit.
favorite story in the world right now. All right. So Afroman ends up getting sued by these cops because in the music videos he's saying shit like "lick him down, Lisa" or whatever, where he's, you know,
Randy's the son of a bitch.
suggesting she's a lesbian, maybe out of sex change. I mean, when you hear her voice, what I'm just saying, and calling out some cop who had a prior or had an arrest for child stuff. Correct?
So at one of the former Adams County sheriff officers had a brother who was, I believe, arrested and dismissed from the department for sharing lewd images with juveniles. And I know I used a lot of mitigating terms there, but like that's literally what I remember reading from an article. I'm gonna give you. Can I give you the theme of this whole trial real quick? Okay. This is also for any current or former law enforcement. If you get to the point to where a man does a YouTube video saying he had sex with your wife, or maybe suggests that you're a homosexual, and you feel so sensitive and so hurt and so affected by that you feel the need to bring a lawsuit against him, I personally do not feel you should be trusted to be in a position where every single day of your job and everything that you do in that job requires you to be calm and collected. If you are taking offense to someone calling you gay and you're going to go out and have a gun and a badge and a taser and a vehicle, I don't think that you should be in that position. I think you should consider, I don't know, marketing and advertising, something.
I mean, isn't that a part of the First Amendment to do with public officials? Like, that's the whole point.
It is. And cops have not been popular since, what, the 50s? Like, I mean, we had the resurgence with the militarization of the police post 9/11 and the creation of the DHS and all that. But like, at what rate are you going to join the fucking police force and go through the academy and then expect that like when you get out on your beat that people are just going to go, "Hey, we love you. Oh my God, the police." That's not how things fucking work. And then you'll find out like these guys have been with the sheriff's office for fucking years, like decades. And this ties back into, we have a plague right now in our society where people go, "I'm going to do everything I can to ruin your life because you made fun of me."
Right. Grow some balls. Or just like, what?
Grow the fuck up. Yeah.
Like, I thought y'all didn't like woke. What is going on?
I've been defending Palestine on Twitter for a long time, and I have people calling me a Nazi because I have blue eyes. I have been pushing. I firmly believe that Abby and Libby were killed at the hands of a white supremacist organization. That's been my main fucking theory, dude. And I still have people out here calling me a Nazi. I just kind of laugh at it and move on. Like, I don't care.
Right.
I don't know. But, dude, this is crazy. And also, Afroman's lawyer, I'm excited to see him on Mata because that's going to be awesome.
Oh my God. Can someone drop a link to that, please?
Yep.
Also, I'm dropping a link for like a YouTube creator where I'm getting a lot of my Afroman content is Catnut Williams. She is so amazeballs.
She's got a good head on her shoulders. Like, I appreciate that, you know?
every time I'm like looking for something to watch, if Defense Diaries isn't on, shout out. She's always airing something I'm actually interested in and I hadn't heard of. Like, I also heard about Edric Faust, that case through her and her airing of that trial. So, I mean, that is where I go to watch my trials.
Yeah, she's a consummate advocate, and we appreciate that.
And she's got a lot of Afroman content, and yeah. Like going through all the shit, all the videos. If you want to see them, literally every second of them going through his home off a bullshit search warrant, go to her channel. She's got that shit. And also, hopefully we get a link to Bob and Allie's interview with his lawyer. It's going to be so great.
And DB says Afroman's lawyer is going to be like, man, let me tell you about this. This is a lot of work. And Bob's going to be like, yeah, it's like the time in this Garcia thing. Yeah. Respectfully, I hope that Bob allows this wonderful attorney to have the floor. Because honestly, I'm going to say this. Andy Baldwin, I love you. You're a great guy. If you ever want to grab a beer, let me know. But this is a type of representation that Rick deserved, in my opinion.
Oh, all right. God, the suit.
You solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. As this, you shall answer under
residence here in Adams County, correct?
Yes, sir.
You've been performing for 20 or 30 years, is that right?
All my life.
All right.
Oh yeah, if you're like new to Afroman, when this story first was coming out, like the reason why I was like, what the fuck is this? Is like I am a millennial to the extreme. Keith, I keep forgetting what age you are, but are you a millennial?
I am. I'm in my mid-30s.
Okay. So millennial, shut up. Millennials will fondly remember Afroman and his hit, Cause I got high.
Yep. And Colt 45, 2 zigzags, baby, that's all we need. I love Afroman. By the way, if you haven't, check it out. He dropped one in like during COVID, Save a Cadillac, Ride a Homeboy, and that literally helped me with my fucking mental health through COVID.
You're a literal big Afroman fan.
I love Afroman. I love so I had like a big, I don't know. I'll make this really quick. When I was really young, when I was a little guy, and like we're talking like 1997, Eminem was big, and and this is why like people don't give Eminem enough credit, because Eminem, like, I was a white kid in the burbs, right? I didn't know rap. Like my dad liked dad rock, like fucking Alice in Chains and all that kind of shit. And I love Alice in Chains. Like, you know, again, I love my grunge and all that, but like I started listening to Eminem, and then like that opened me up to Dr. Dre, to Snoop, to Exhibit, to Ice Cube, to like all these other like incredible fucking rappers. And as time went on, you find other ones, and like Afroman was just like kind of like satire comedy rap almost, where it's like you weren't talking about like gangbanging and killing people so much. You were just talking about like, you know, getting high and getting some pussy. like it's cool, like it's fun, it's relaxed, it's laid back. And you'll see this. It is you'll see why he's known for who he is in his fucking testimony. It's hilarious.
And is it fair to say that one of the first big hits you had was "But Then I Got High"?
Because I got high.
Because I got high. And
because I got.
One of the first big hits you had was "But Then I Got High."
Because I got high.
Because I got high.
Because I got high.
And
can you pause real quick?
It's accurate to.
I just want to say something. DB, you have this up. That's why I'm going to say this. DB said Mark Betterow said he never heard of Afroman before the other day. Like, brother, you're a weenie. Are you serious? 100% true. And Mark Betterow is on Twitter going, yeah, Renee Good got shot, but unfortunately, folks, that's the law. That's the law. Unfortunately, the cop was justified because, again, I said this 1,000 times over, and Bugs, this is why I love you so much. Is because like you and I are just regular people, right? I don't need a lawyer. I need a lawyer to explain the law to me, right? I need a journalist like Annie Kopsa is so fucking like in depth on like how she looks into stuff, and then she goes, "It's simple, guys. Just pick up the phone and call people, ask questions. If you get a no, so fucking what, right?" That's a good example of journalism.
Right.
You have doctors who tell you how medical procedures. I need all those people to tell me how they execute their profession. What I don't need as a regular person is them to like use their profession to try to, and I'm not saying Andy does this. I'm not saying lawyers necessarily do this. There are some that do, where they use their profession to say, well, you know, because I'm a lawyer, this is how my collective conscience forms my opinion. And it's like, well, that's just like, there's a difference between law and fucking ethics. Right. You know what I mean? And that's where like the whole Renee Good thing, it's like, what, I get it. There's some conservatives in here that think like, I don't know, if you know how guns and cars work, you know that like stipping someone in the fucking head means they're not going to take their foot off the gas, and they're like, the threat still exists. So sorry about that, but like, yeah, Betterow's like, unfortunately, the officer was justified. It's like, dude, fuck you. Sorry. A soul was lost, dude.
DB says then he was like, TV is Turtle Boy is basically Afroman. That's some bullshit because Turtle Boy wouldn't, in the same scenario, have a high likelihood of losing his life.
I don't remember Afroman intimidating witnesses, bro.
Yeah, none of that. Well, well, he's definitely having fun with the shit that they did to him.
100%. That's like that's the beauty of like civil cases like these. And I tweeted this. I was like, if I was a juror, like you would have to give me fucking like lithium, and like I would need to take an epidural recreationally to get through this trial, because you cannot play the certified bangers that he made in court and expect me to vibe with someone whose fucking feelings were hurt. That's crazy. Sorry, I've talked too much. Sorry.
You're good.
Say that song has had over 300 million views on YouTube.
Sounds right.
You have a large presence on social media, obviously, correct?
Depends on your definition of large. There's bigger people than me, but I'm all right.
I'm all right. You're huge
And
now.
on Instagram, is it fair to say that you have 247,000 followers?
Yeah, I just got some of them the other day.
You got new ones coming all the time?
Yes. Not all the time. Just here lately.
Because the trial's coming up?
Yeah, all the publicity from the officers lawsuing me is running up my numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My man said your wives are following me.
On YouTube, you have almost 1 million followers, 983,000. Is that right?
I haven't looked. It was 977 last time I looked.
977, actually. We're almost there. He better be there by now.
My man was like, if you count every woman in y'all's lives following me, then yeah, I probably picked a few up. I don't know. Yeah, I gotta look. I check Insta.
Dude, I gotta say real quick, when I first saw this story coming out and I watched like him testifying, I was like, how the fuck is Afroman that old? How old am I? And I was like, oh fuck.
Dude, when I first heard, like I saw the news article come out about like the raid on his house, I was like, dude, how many of my fucking heroes are doing terrible shit? Like, can we have like one fucking like decent person in this world that doesn't fuck everything up? You know what I mean?
And then ends up being amazing, and he's like the hero for America right now, real America.
Like AOC is gonna run for president, and like there's gonna be a video that comes out of her smacking her boyfriend up, and I'm just like my brain is gonna sink down into my stomach, and I'm gonna be like, what? I'm shocked but not surprised. I'm not saying that's gonna happen. I'm just saying if it does, like I'm just not gonna be shocked at all. You know, imagine loving Bill Clinton in like 1994.
Yo, when I did as a little girl. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
Not even kidding. As a little girl, I really liked Bill Clinton. I remember this shit.
Yeah. Well,
Like, I don't know why, but I did.
up until the Epstein stuff, I was like, I hate to sound like this, but it's like, dude, you know, a cute little brunette intern walks into your office, you're the president of the United States. Have you heard his wife? Have you been around her? If I was going to cheat, that'd be the situation. I'm kidding.
Criminal
take
Network
that back.
was telling Free Ricky Bay said Criminal Network was telling 12
Hell yeah.
about Ricky this afternoon. That's amazing.
Hell yeah. By the way, Free Ricky Bay went viral as fuck on Twitter.
What?
And blew up with one of her posts, which is awesome, which is not only great for Free Ricky Bay, it's great for Rick too. Wonderful. Sorry, I don't mean to digress so much.
No, you're good. You're good. I just got some.
Yeah.
I just got some news I can't share about Taylor Frankie Paul from a very valid source. But,
all right, we'll cross-reference it and get back to you.
Yeah, but yeah, Dakota ain't no victim. I'll say that much. I mean, he is holy shit. He is a victim. He is a victim.
Dakota?
Yes.
Yeah.
He is a victim. Okay.
However,
man.
Yeah.
No.
Oh no. Okay. All right.
Like, the information I have is Dakota is actually a victim. Okay.
Oh. Okay.
And on TikTok, you have about 392,000 followers.
I haven't looked at it, but that sounds kind of right.
You know when you post something that a lot of people are going to see it, don't you?
Yes.
When this search happened back in August of 2022, Mr. Foreman, you weren't at home?
No.
You were driving home from Chicago?
Yes.
And you got an alert from a family member that the sheriffs were there searching your home, is that right?
Yes.
And you were able to turn on your phone and watch through your home security system what the deputies were doing for a period of time, weren't you?
Yes.
And is it fair to say you were angry and upset about this search?
I wasn't happy.
Would you be?
Yeah. What the fuck?
You found
And
nothing.
is that why you posted the things we've seen this week, because you weren't happy?
No, I posted it because the sheriff's never supposed to raid my house in the first place. The whole raid was a mistake. All of this is their fault. If they hadn't wrongly raided my house, there would be no lawsuit. I would not know their names. They wouldn't be on my body. They wouldn't be on my home surveillance system. And there would be no songs, nothing. My money would still be intact, nothing. So all of this is their fault.
And because they executed a search warrant on your home, that gave you the right to post the things that we've seen this week on the internet?
Because
Is that right? Is that right, Mr. Foreman?
Yes.
Well, fuck you.
Tearing down my door, not paying for it, not being apologetic, me being a sport, doing something peaceful to raise the money to pay for their damages, me having the right of the freedom of speech as an American to talk to my family, friends, and fans about what the sheriffs did to my home. Yes, I had the right.
Sorry, real quick. He said, what? What? The cool whip.
Dude, when we get to these cops, I don't know if you have that queued up, you will hear the most quintessential East Ohio accent you ever heard in your life, and it's here. You go to a Reds game, that's you hear them.
We're definitely
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
have to come back to Afroman.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Like,
For sure.
it's so great.
To my freedom of speech, after they left, I had
You
the
said
right to
free
kick
speech.
the can and to do what I had to do to repair the damage they brought to my house. Yes, I did.
That includes the right to post the videos that you've just been posting up until Friday and beyond, right?
Yes, I have freedom of speech. I'm a rapper.
Yeah, motherfucker.
I entertain.
Yeah.
I write fiction, comedy. Yes, I mean, I entertain for a living like you practice law for a living. So I have to go to work.
The deputies left a warrant return at your house, didn't they?
I think they left something.
Real quick, did they play the audio? No, right?
They played the audio of, okay, and this is like, and I posted this on Twitter. They played the audio of every like video music, not just the audio and the video of every song he made about them, like post raid.
As they streamed it?
As they stream. Look, I get why you're asking that the way that you are, because it sounds fucking psychotic on their end to play that. Because again, they're certified bangers, and not only are they like, is it a really good like production quality?
Real quick,
Yeah,
I just
yeah,
want to say also, because I'm worried I can't play it.
Like,
So
like,
can I air the sections where they air that song?
are you worried about DMCA?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not going to come out. No.
We can listen to the song?
Yeah, well, first of all, it's Afroman's intellectual property, right?
Uh-huh.
Which, if you want to understand more about intellectual property, check out my most recent Twitter post. But he's not going to DMCA you for promoting.
Runko got a copyright strike.
It's because Runkle supports Israel. I'm fucking kidding.
I'd be very careful about it.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
But like, did he play it before this? It was probably right after this, right?
I'm not sure. We'll be careful about it. All right, let's go.
And with my
Happy Friday, by the way, everyone. Woo!
That's why.
Sorry.
I'm not sure.
Well, you saw, as soon as the search was over, as soon as you got home, you saw a document that showed exactly how much cash had been taken from the house, correct?
I know I got paid $5,000 for the show that suit was in. I forgot that money was in that suit. But, I heard, I don't know what piece of paper I heard. I knew they took some money. I just knew they took some money. I knew it was 4,000-ish. I knew they took some money and they.
Real quick, because I'm not monetized, I'm more able to air it. Is that what you're telling me? I don't know if that's a thing, though.
Yeah, so it reminds me when Osbrook said he's not going to sue Prof for defamation because Prof's not significant enough. Sorry, the Chad dunked on you a little. You got subscriber mogged.
How? Oh, because I don't give up.
Laura subscriber mogged you. She said you're under 100 subs or 1,000 subs. You're not there yet, kid. You're not that famous yet. You will be though. You will be though.
Runkle has a lot of subs, and that's not what we're here for, baby. We're here to help the people.
Lauren Conlon Jr.'s under 100 or 1,000 subs, sir.
I love Lauren Conlon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I basically want to be Lauren Conlon.
So I said you're Lauren Jr.
Yay! All right.
See some money and some weed and some. I don't know what else. Just minor stuff.
I let
You
her
knew how
too.
much money was in that pocket when you came home and saw the warrant returned, didn't you?
It was $5,000 from back when I did that show. I remember it was $5,000. But anyway.
So is it your testimony that they actually took $5,000 instead of $4,390?
No, I just know. I know when I did that show, it was with Snoop Dogg and Wiz Khalifa at Red Rocks in Denver. The balance of that show, for me, they sent in a deposit, but the balance was $5,000. I put the $5,000 in my coat pocket. I got drunk, I got high, and I forgot to get that money, and I hung that suit back up. And that's where they got that money from.
So it was $5,000 they got?
Yes. It was $5,000 that was in my suit when I got paid in Red Rocks. Now, after all of this stuff, you know, whatever, it's I don't really know the complete number. It's 46, it's 430, the number bounces up and down. But all I know is I got paid $5,000 at the Red Rocks with Snoop Dogg and Wiz Khalifa when I played the
Well, they
Red
got
Rocks in
so
Denver.
high.
And you got $4,000 returned, right?
They got so high. Snoop Dogg and Afroman. Oh my god.
I don't know if if I got high with the two of them, that I'd probably be the first person to die from like marijuana, like THC overdose.
I'd be out because they smoke real flower, and you know I'm so used to the vape shit now, and like it's just a totally different thing.
Well, yeah, and like Snoop synergizes, like he hits Henny too.
Oh well, I see. Like just me, like because I don't drink, but I do love flower. Harm reduction.
Yeah.
I would green out. It wouldn't matter. Like I wouldn't even need the alcohol. I would green the fuck out.
No, yeah, I'm just saying, like, you know, when you're partying, stuff happens, but like, I don't even think like if something were to happen inside of me, and I were to tell fucking Snoop Dogg like, no Henny for me, like a bitch, no way I would, right? Like I don't have the prominence of being 4 years sober to go like, no, I'm good, but I'll smoke with you like you do. I'll be like, dude, I had like, you know, 30 beers yesterday. All right, y'all, I could have some fucking Henny and I would die. I would what a great way to go out, dude.
That's a good way.
What a great way to get fucked up with Afroman and Snoop Dogg.
Bro, I might have that one final relapse for that.
No, don't go there. We're not going there. We're not going there. And by the way, I'm not gonna name names. I'm not gonna. I just see the chat, and I know I mentioned about someone supporting Israel, but I know they haven't actively. But like when you're the op to prominent figures in the Free Palestine movement, what does that tell you? That's all I'm going to say.
By the way, we're totally.
I know we agree not to get political.
No. I didn't make that agreement.
Wait, Redacted saw Rage Against the Machine at Alpine Valley?
I'm going to be very, very clear that I do not support Israel.
Fuck no.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, thank you. After you said that.
I want to make that clear. I will be political and say we do not support Israel.
And my whole point was like, I know that like people have
Hasanabi.
Yeah. That's my whole point. When you support Ethan Klein and like you dog on Hassan, that really tells me a lot.
Who dogs on Hassan?
Do you want me to say it?
Yeah, I don't care.
Runkle, bro. Runk was fucking like bringing up like.
Oh,
dude,
that's right. That's right. I forgot about this,
dude. And I'm not. I fucking hate like.
No,
I love his legal commentary. I love like.
Runkle can be right and wrong.
Right, he's one of the few Canadians I like as a Michigander. If you're from Michigan, you understand the hostility between us and Canada.
Then he needs to stay out of it.
Well, I mean, no, he can be in it, but like, well, I'm just gonna like agree to disagree with him on the fact that like I don't agree with his stance on like the literal ethnic cleansing that's going on in Palestine. Like, I'm not trying to get political bugs. I'm sorry, but it's like,
no, you're fine. I thought he only had an issue with Hassan Piker because of some bad joke.
No. Okay, so that's a fucking H3H3 Ethan Klein defense mechanism that they pull up where they go back and they find like his oldest fucking like videos and posts, and where he was making parody. Bro tips is parody. This is another plague in our fucking society, and it ties into this entire trial with Afroman. Parody and satire are not reality.
Correct.
Right? When I Spugs, you and I met via parody because Luke and Judge Jessica and you and me came together and said, we're going to make meme girls.
Yeah.
Because some sensitive ass bitches were calling us mean girls.
Yeah, I like being funny. I like it, and I like using like real shit and twisting it for like comedic benefit.
It like, is Hassan a saint? No, but like also they're going after Mom Dami's wife.
People can make fucking jokes, y'all.
Yeah, about shit she said and liked when she was 15 fucking years old. Dude, if you guys saw me when I was 15 years old, like I'm a growth Chad. I'm a hardcore, look at me, all of you, right now, whether you're live with us or you're on replay, I'm a growth Chad. People can change. 15-year-old me would look at me in my 30s, which is where I'm at now, and I hope that like probably you're the same. I imagine you're an angel and you've always been right about everything, but who knows? Like a lot of people.
You can tell Keith is a taken man, ladies and gentlemen. He knows how to talk to women.
No, but like, okay, so T's a great example of this. Criminality. She was very unsure about Richard Allen. So was All Eyes. There were, and again, like before I even touched a live stream, before I was in anyone's chat, I would look at things like what was coming through with Murder Sheet or what was coming through with like Snay or Greeno or whoever else was even remotely available to us at Delphi, and I would form my opinions off of like that narrow pathway. And then like more people started to fucking talk, and I started to listen to more people, and the documents came through, and we all collectively, I'm sorry, a lot of you here, whether you admit it or not, when you saw that PCA or even during the arrest, looked and said, okay, well, I typically am inclined to trust law enforcement. I think they got the right guy. And then you read the PCA, you read the supporting documents after the fact, you've read the Frank's memo, and you went, wait, something seriously fucked up is going on here. And then you change your opinion. We're allowed to do that. It's called being a growth chat. It's called being a growth sigma, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what a lot of us do. What I can't respect is a seriously intelligent person who cannot renege on their basic fucking thoughts, and then they go, well, Hassan a long time ago joked about like whether young girls can consent or not. It's like, well, he was making fun of the fucking rape culture that exists in America. You don't even understand the context.
Wait, so
Sorry.
no, you're good. Outside of this situation, Runkle supports Israel.
You would have to ask him. He was not in. So we have like a Twitter exchange, right? Where I'm asking him like probative questions. Like, what do you mean by this? Like, what is your opinion on this? And he's very vague. And he's very limited. And I still don't understand his true opinion.
Okay, so it seems like he watches Ethan Klein, essentially.
I don't know if he does. I just know that the talking point that he used comes from the Ethan Klein crowd.
Okay. No, I just want to make sure I'm getting what you're putting down. I got you.
Yeah, Brian, I can be aggressive. I'm sorry. I just, I don't mean to be like.
I love Hassan.
I don't mean to sound mean. I love Hassan too. I loved Ethan back in the day. Ethan Klein was fucking hilarious. Like, dude, 2012. Like, yeah, it's crazy.
Okay.
Sorry.
I don't know the exact amount.
Well, you were there with the news when you got it.
Right, and the lady at the sheriff's station admitted that the sheriff was short. You can go watch the 19 News.
You knew when you saw the warrant returned, didn't you, that the amount that they were saying was taken was actually more money than was in that suit pocket.
I didn't warrant.
That's why you brought the news to the sheriff's office when you got the money back, because you knew that they had miscounted the money and the number on the evidence bag was actually more money.
I didn't know nothing. The lady at the sheriff department just volunteered the information. I was sitting there, if she had been, I might not even known I got ripped off. She admitted it live on Channel 19 News that the money wasn't right.
You remember in your deposition when I asked you, why did you bring the news when you picked up the money?
Yeah, I didn't want to get beat up or Epstein at the sheriff's station after I seen him running around the house with AR-15s. So that's why I brought the news and my attorney. So to make sure I got out of that place with my money.
You brought the news to protect
I love this man.
Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't bring the news because you already
It's
knew
so
there was a
real.
miscount and you were going to make.
I didn't know nothing about the discount. I didn't.
Listen, there's a whole other layer to this, right? It's like there's a whole different layer to the police knocking down my shit and raiding my shit, and I'm a white woman, versus, what could happen when a situation happens like that at a black man's house. Like, a number of things could happen, to include him ending up shot and killed.
Yep. And again, due process is void of race, religion, political beliefs, etc. None of that shit matters. If you focus on the fact of the matter of like, reasonably, this shouldn't have happened to any person at all, then it's no shock to me how the jury reached what they reached.
Right.
I figured they stole my money. They turned my cameras off. So if you turn my cameras off, you must got something bad in mind. So yeah, I'm accusing them of it. They turned my cameras off. I can't see what they're doing.
So your testimony under oath here today to these 10 jurors is that you brought the news when you picked up your money to protect you physically from being beat up or shot by the sheriffs, right?
Yes.
Smart.
And they volunteered the information that the money wasn't right. That's just an extra something we found out. But I came with my attorney and the news to make sure the people running around my house with guns didn't take me into jail and do something.
You had a safe in your home, correct?
2 of them.
2 safes. Did the sheriffs look into those safes, to your knowledge?
Yes, they did.
The deputies?
Yes.
And how did they get the combination?
I gave it to my ex-wife so the sheriffs wouldn't pull my safe out the floor, take it to the station and put something in it and try to say that whatever they put in my safe was mine. So I went ahead and gave my ex-wife, who I didn't want to give my combination to, it was just safer. I went ahead and gave her my combination so they could open up the safe and realize that they just vandalized
Imagine
somebody
giving
that don't
your
even have nothing in the
ex-wife
safe.
And do you know what was in those
This
safes?
is just Dakota in like 5 years. This is what this is.
Ooh, imagine Dakota having to give Taylor Frankie Paul the safe combo. Jesus.
Nothing in the safes.
Don't you keep jewelry in those safes?
No.
Didn't you tell me that in your deposition, that you keep jewelry in those safes?
I do.
Was anything missing from the safes when you got home after the search?
I didn't put nothing in the safes.
Was anything missing from the safes when you got home?
Nothing was in them, so nothing was missing from the safe.
You talked to Randy Walters on the phone before you got home that evening during the search, or right afterwards, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
He told you that they were taking some money and some vape pens and a small amount of marijuana. He told you that?
Yes, sir.
Small amount of money, 5,000.
You knew, didn't you, Mr. Foreman, that there had been an investigation by the Claremont County Sheriff's Office into the discrepancy about the cash that was missing from your home, correct? You knew there was an investigation.
Yeah, I knew the sheriffs was investigating themselves.
Oh, that's how you saw it?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
No, that's how it
and
was.
Did you ever ask for a report so you could see how bad this investigation of themselves really was?
Yes, I was trying to get involved any way I can. The investigation was going on without any of my participation.
Did you ask for a copy of the report?
I did. I asked for everything. I was trying to be involved. I didn't.
So you've seen the report?
No, I have not.
Okay.
I just saw it a few minutes ago.
Well, you had an attorney when you got the cash returned, correct?
At the station?
Yes.
I had attorney. Yeah, my attorney was present.
Did your attorney ask for a copy of this report?
It wasn't in it. When I got my cash back from the station, it wasn't an investigation until we realized money was missing.
Well, did you contact your attorney and say, hey, get me a copy of that report?
Your Honor, I'm going to object. Well, Mr. Klingler wants to talk about his client's attorney-client privilege and maybe waive it. Mr. Foreman does have attorney-client privilege with his attorney at that time. And we are going to assert
Beautiful.
that privilege. because
Beautiful.
it's a privilege he has of right.
And so far he hasn't asked anything privileged. So I appreciate the sensitivity, overrule the objection.
Can you pause? This judge, by the way, if you watch this trial from start to end, this judge is a fuck ass. Like,
The way he was explaining the instructions.
he's a geriatric civil goal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying that comfortably when I very well could have a case litigated by him if I were to ever be taken.
You're that close.
I mean, I'm close, but like he was a, I don't know. I like redacted, like back me up. Like this guy was unbelievable. Like literal objections to hearsay. He would overrule and say like, and again, I'm not a lawyer. I know I joke about it on my Twitter. I'm not a lawyer. But he would literally say it's supplemental to like the plaintiff's case. Therefore, it's like admissible, and it's like, dude, it's still fucking like hardcore hearsay. I don't know. I just like you'll see there's like a trend of him like very, very, very in favor of these cops, and it's civil. It's not criminal, civil.
Yeah. So. Redacted said, I'm over judges. Yeah, it's the same. So I was super into true crime, obviously, but not ever so invested in like never saw the defense side of things until I started watching like Defense Diaries, right? So I never really looked at it from the angle of the judges preferring the state side often. But now that I've seen all these trials play out and to watch this shit go down, it's wild.
Yeah, the one thing that threw me off is like a lot of things that happened in this. I didn't hear like an objection from the plaintiff, but like the judge would interject and say like hey, where are you going with this? And Afroman's lawyer would be like, well, I'm trying to establish foundation.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere. And he's like, well, what's the context? He's like, well, I need to like say that this person is like a part of this organization because their original claim is like it's affecting their livelihood organization.
DB said Jolene called him Judge Wolfmouth, and I can't fucking unsee it. I need to get a link to. I love Jolene as well. Jolene, shout out, so fucking funny. Jolene Munza.
Yeah, there's I like. I think even Andrea said this guy was like very. I forgot what she said. Oh, damn, you found that quick.
Yeah, sub up, watch Jolene. She's so funny. I watch her at work so often. Love her.
Yeah, there should be, dude. Free Ricky Bay is so prog. She said, absolutely insane. When we defund the police and rebuild the justice system of New America, there should be a judge, auditors that monitor cases. There absolutely should be like impartial judges that hear cases where where cops get sued.
And ways to remove frequent offenders if it becomes a problem, if it becomes an obvious issue.
Yep.
There has to be a way to remove these people. What do you mean I need to wait till you vote?
Dude, I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you guys this right now. A few years ago, like I think it was 2021 or 2022, I was living in Philadelphia. This was probably early 2021. I was living in Philadelphia. I was driving up to see my family in Michigan. I got pulled over in Ohio, and the Ohio State Trooper asked me why I had Pennsylvania plates, and I was on my way to Michigan. And I was like, I'm not really interested in answering that question. And you know what he said to me? What? We had a little bit more of an exchange, but that ended with him saying, I could shoot you right now and no one would feel bad for you. And when we went to court, this state trooper who has plenty of awards, oddly enough, his body cam was not working, was not
convenient.
Right. And I jokingly asked the judge, I said, because he didn't have his little like flip notepad, he wrote on my registration, like my information. And I was like, can I get a new registration? Can the court afford me a new registration? The judge was like, dude, get out of here. Like, your registration is going to be fine. Like, it's still valid. But the problem is that this guy said this to me, and like, there's no evidence of it, and no one's going to take my word over his. This kind of crazy shit happens all the time, and I'm going to tie it back into Afroman by saying, you're going to see a cop flip off the camera. It's because they honestly think they're invincible. It's fucking crazy.
No, cops, I mean, I say this all the time. The individuals, here's the pure problem. The types of individuals that want positions of power, that want to be the president, that want to be in Congress, that want to be in Senate, that want to be police officers, that want to be people who can perceive this position as a position of control and power over people. That attracts the wrong kind of person. That attracts the people that have these sadistic fucking kinks for having power over people. And think about being a police officer. You have the power of life or death, especially if someone is a person of color. You can tell by history that you've got the fucking historic side on you.
And you'll see in this, there was an Adams County sheriff that was, he left Adams County. He's in Norwood. Detective Newland, be gentle. I love Norwood. I eat at Agave and Rye. I patronize the area. Please be gentle. But he literally says that like Afroman's attorney is like, is it true that they put a screenshot of Afroman on your computer as a joke, like the department? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, and you didn't take offense to that? And he's like, well, not really. It's like, dude, they were making fun of you. You know what I mean? Like, you're butthurt about Afroman, and then you've got like your
Everyone's
coworkers
making fun of you.
Yeah, your coworkers are like, dude, did you steal cash from fucking Afroman?
Listen, this is pure bullshit. This is what these cops want. They're not even embarrassed.
Right.
The second these people rolled up to that property and saw all this amazing shit that this man had, this black man has, instantly seething, and pissed, and thought they were owed shit.
Yeah, and then they found out after the raid, they found out, where it might be even during, but they found out he's fucking Afroman. This is the guy that made Because I Got High and Cold 45. Like, he's got money. Like, we can get some dollars by saying
money, and they go in there, steal his shit.
Right. It's fucking crazy. And again, I will go back to the statement I made earlier. This was never about your feelings actually being hurt. This was about money, because if your feelings were truly hurt by what he said and the videos he made, then you should not be in a position where you're given a gun, a taser, and a badge, and then you're required to keep your cool in all of these crazy fucking situations you're in.
They got away with taking his money, and they wanted to fucking get away with taking even more. Thank God they're bumfucked. No offense, Keith, but like, thank God they're dumb.
There are. It's crazy to see the dynamic between like cops like this and cops who would like. If a video like Lick 'em Lisa was made about the cops that I know, they would be sharing that with me and going, look at this hilarious video that was made about me. Look at how fucking funny this is. Like, I cannot stop laughing from this. I don't know. And yeah, they're going to go shoot some people, and Mark Betterow is going to be like, unfortunately, it's the law, but I don't know. It's just, dude, it's wild. It's wild.
It's also surprising how there could be such a difference in people within the same state. Like, in one county over here, there can be like crazy idiot racists, and over here is just normal, average, modern, up to speed with society dudes, you know?
Yeah, or like the trope we've always known is that like Southerners are dominantly racist, and it's like, I got news for you. I unfortunately in my life have ran into people in like Michigan and Wisconsin and Minnesota clearly, but Rhode Island, Vermont, there are racist people, like seriously fucking racist people. There are sexist men, sexist women, whatever. You can pretty much go anywhere and find what you're looking for. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it's not, I don't know. I hate that trope that like Southern people are racist. It's like, yeah, there's a lot of embedded racism down there, but there's a lot of like manufactured racism in the northern states. It's crazy.
Yeah, and it also like really depends where you are and how you grow up, and are you poor, are you rich? Like, it's 100%. So dependent on I mean, literally everything comes down to, I think, poor versus rich, more so than anything.
It's class warfare, baby. Hell yeah. And you know what? I'll say this again. Carroll County, ISP, are pissed as hell that Richard Allen wasn't black. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, God. Can you imagine what would have happened if that man on that bridge was black? It's a good thing that rarely happens.
Be over. I hate to say this, but unfortunately, there are some people out there who are Richard Allen innocent folks who might not be if that was the scenario.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I hate to say it, but like, it's the truth.
Yeah. That's society we are in.
Right.
Thank you, Judge. Your testimony is you never saw a copy of Detective Robinson's report until today.
Yes, sir.
And that's because you didn't want to see a copy of the
I
investigation.
did want to see. You don't know what I want. I did want to see it.
You did.
I wanted everything that had something to do with my money coming.
And that was 3.5 years ago, correct? And you haven't seen a copy of that report that you wanted to see until this afternoon. Is that right?
That's right. I never had my money taken by cops. I didn't know how this go. I don't know about reports. All I know is live on Fox 19 News, the lady admits that her deposit.
Real quick, honest to God, if they would have taken my money, I would have assumed they had the liability to do that. I had to look up if cops even have to pay for damages. But then I realized, well, when it's like a false bullshit, yeah. If you get a search warrant on your ass and you're really guilty of some shit, then they can take whatever and you're never seeing it.
Well, and you also have like discretionary law, which is like, you know, the cops can maybe do stuff that's technically against policy or illegal, but it's like, are they really ever going to be held accountable realistically? Like, you know, and that's why a lot of these types are doing what they do because they're like, I have a assumed immunity.
Right.
Department is short $400 of my money. That's all I know. I don't know how to investigate police officers taking money.
That's all you know, and that's all you know today, isn't it? That's the whole basis of your claim that your money was stolen, is that the amount of money that was in the bags is different from the amount of money that was written on the bag.
Yeah, my whole thing is they never should have raided me in the first place.
That's your whole thing.
That's my whole thing.
That's the point,
That's my whole
isn't
thing.
it?
If they never would have showed up, there would be no songs.
That part makes me laugh because it's almost like, wait, whose lawyer am I hearing right now? That's the old boy, right? Like, yes, thank you. And then Link, thank you for letting me clarify. Like, what?
About them. I wouldn't know who they are. Their faces would not be on my video cameras. None of this, we wouldn't be in this room right now if they hadn't raided my house and didn't press no charges, didn't even know what they was doing. This whole thing is their fault, and they're suing me for their mistake.
And so you don't really care if they stole your money or not. You're just mad about what they did.
I do care about if they stole them. Police officers shouldn't be stealing the civilians' money. So I do care. All of it is an outrage. This whole thing is an outrage.
You have no evidence that they took your money except for the amount on the bag isn't the same as the amount.
How about the lady admitting that she took?
Could you answer my?
She admitted that she took my money on live Fox 19 News. Go argue with the film clip. Yeah. Go argue with her admitting that she took my money.
Nobody admitted that they took your money.
Well, whatever. Go look at her admitting that the bag is short because it stayed open all weekend long or 2 weeks after Brian and Officer Cooley just left it and just mishandled it and didn't do it right.
Just so we're honest with the jury here, Mr. Foreman, nobody admitted that they took your money, did they?
They admitted it was short.
Yes. Nobody admitted that they took your money. Correct?
It was short. She admitted, she said that it was short. And usually it's 10, 5, $2 missing. How does $400 even come up missing? Odd.
You posted videos about Brian Newland doing hard drugs and snitching on his friend, and you posted those based on rumors, didn't you? We can look at your deposition, but before you argue with me, but isn't that a fact that you made those allegations based on rumors you said you heard?
It's a fact. William Newland is a convicted pedophile, and Brian Newland is his brother. After I zeroed in on Brian, I asked about him. Come to find out, he's a large statutory rapist that has sex with all kind of underage girls. He buys them beers and gets them drunk. and all kinds. That's probably the reason he had to leave the Adams County Sheriff Department, because he beats up his wife and he messed with underage girls, and he had to get out of town and go get a job in Northwood.
All right. You don't want to answer my question.
I do. Please ask another one.
Well, let me ask this one again so I can get an answer. Do you remember in your deposition when I asked you, you have no reason to think these rumors about Brian Newland are true, do you? And you said, well, it's more entertaining if it's true, and I can make some money. Do you remember that?
No, I don't. That's a however long that deposition was. You can read the deposition and it tells you what I said.
Do we have a copy, another copy of that? Because I'll show it to you, and I can show you my copy. Refresh your recollection.
You're going to refresh his recollection.
It's
Trees. You then use the
Thank you, Judge. If I can get it working here.
Your Honor, to refresh his recollection, he can show him it and then ask him a question, much how we would do in criminal law with a police report.
So
if an officer didn't remember, we wouldn't show the report, we would show it to the officer. He would refresh his memory by reading it, and then we'd re-ask the question.
do it that way. Just make sure you think he reads it right. I'm just trying to get through the verbiage. Just make sure you think he reads it right. Otherwise, I have to wrestle with you about whether he read it right.
Sure.
So just read it. And then if we want to move it as an exhibit, you can do that.
Remember your deposition being taken, Mr. Foreman, in your attorney's office on September 3rd, 2024.
I remember the deposition.
And that deposition was taken in D.J. Osborne's office?
Yes, sir.
That's the same office that you used to film that video that we saw last night with the actor playing Lieutenant Lisa Phillips, and that actor was sitting in the same chair that Lisa Phillips sat in during her deposition, wasn't she?
Yeah, the actor played Lisa because I wouldn't have known her if she hadn't came to my house and cut off my camera.
Yeah, right. Yeah. That's the office we're talking about, and that's the office where I took your deposition.
So fucking good at inserting his fucking argument. So good.
My man said, I would have known Lisa ate pussy like pizza if she hadn't come into my home. Okay, all right. Oh, it's so good.
Right?
Yes, sir.
And in that deposition, I'm referring to page 84 of the deposition. I had asked you about...
Object, he's testifying.
No, he's using his deposition to refresh his memory. He's doing it right, so sit down, please. Go ahead.
Did I ask you this question,
you.
and did you give me these answers, Mr.
Don't tell me to sit down, please.
Bro, this is like this Afroman's lawyer is like the dark Andy Baldwin. Like he's like the dark side of Andy Baldwin. He's like, all right, cool, I'll sit down, but then I'm like, just wait. There's a couple times where he fucks his judge up. Like his arguments are.
Would it be fair to say these are rumors? Answer. Stephanie said it, and some other people that don't remember, I'd be in a hurry in Walmart or something, they shake my hand, yeah, Brian used to do this, used to do that. Then something, I didn't know him, but this is what I've heard. Question. You don't have any particular reason to think that it's true or not true, right? Answer. Well, it's more entertaining if it is true, and I could probably make some money and capitalize on it if it's true.
And?
Starting with line 7 and ending with line 21. Did I ask you those questions and you give me those answers?
I don't remember. That was a long time ago. But
but that's my question.
I've always put Brian Newland next to his brother. So that's
Now,
my basis, and I've always
we noticed that.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
your
so-
attorney's going to be able to ask you whatever questions he wants. Right now, I'd like you to focus on my questions, Mr. Foreman.
The only thing I regret
You
about
have
the fucking glasses
no
is that you
evidence
don't get to
that
see
Brian
his
Newland-
eyes and his eyebrows.
That was, yeah.
You know what I mean? Other than that, the American flag glasses are glorious. Everything else is great, but like, yeah,
Probably would have been more helpful to him with the jury, though.
true.
Just, yeah.
That's why you whooped my ass in court.
Oh.
Ever molested little boys, do you?
If you look at the picture, he's holding the little boy's butt. It's too much for me. So if you just use your eyeballs, and then his brother's convicted pedophile.
That's your evidence for posting that pedophile.
So if you look at the picture, he's holding the little boy's butt. It's too much for me. So if you just use your eyeballs, and then his brother's
he is.
convicted pedophile.
That's your evidence for posting that pedophile stuff
Hey,
about
I'm
little boys.
I'm trying to figure out what kind of guy is kicking on my door. What kind of guy is walking around my house reading my bank statements? It's a dude. It's a dude that's possibly a pedophile, got a convicted pedophile brother, deputized by the sheriff, walking around, possibly stealing my money. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on as I zoom in with my cameras. That's not the type of guy I don't think should be on the police force.
I'm going to refer you again
Bars.
to your
Fucking
deposition.
bars, man.
If you don't trust my reading of it, I'm happy to give it to you, Mr. Foreman. But on page 98 of your deposition, on that same day, beginning at 9/11, did I ask you this question and did you give me this answer? And again, the only evidence, you don't have any evidence that Brian Newland is a pedophile or plays with little boys. Answer, no, sir. Did I ask you that question? Did you give me that answer?
I don't remember.
What are the line numbers?
Beginning with line 11, ending with line 14 on page 98. You have no evidence that Lisa Phillips stole your money, do you?
I know if she hadn't raided my house, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Nor a lawsuit or nothing. They never should have been at my house.
Since you're not going to answer my question, I'm going to go back to your deposition again, Mr. Foreman, page 102.
Your Honor, if I may, can I just enter a continuing objection so I don't have to object every time he does the deposition?
No, it's too important, so please be specific. Thank you.
So I would enter a notation of objection at this point. He is now testifying for the witness. He is no longer refreshing his recollection.
I was going to ask, can they do that? I was going to ask that, can they do that? Because in regular, when criminal court, they have to read it silently, right?
One more time.
In criminal court, most of the time, when you're refreshing someone's recollection of prior testimony or like depositions, they have to read it to themselves. They can't read it out loud. I've never heard a lawyer be able to like read it verbatim back to somebody.
Yeah, like whoever's on the stand reads their own, like a transcript of their depo. It's not the lawyer that said like, you said this, is that true? Yeah, that's how I understand it too.
I know that's typical criminal. I don't know if that's different here, but it sounds like no,
It could
it's not
be.
different.
It could be.
It was rephrased, I'll sustain that. You made the conclusion with it in memory, so you've got to go back and fix that.
All right, Judge, I will. Thank you. Do you remember telling me in your deposition, Mr. Foreman, that you don't have any evidence that Lisa Phillips
Sharon
stole
said
your money?
if they don't recall, he can't question.
Yeah,
Yeah, sorry.
Right, so they have to like read it back and they have to respond whether they remember it or not.
Right. Shit, I don't even know if they need to.
But never out loud.
Yeah, I don't.
Never out loud.
All I know is my man said when he was asked, "Did you call this officer a pedophile was like, well, he was holding a kid like he was one. That's all I know.
He was holding that little boy's buttocks a little too much for me.
What a great response for that.
It's true. He was.
She cut off the cameras, but I didn't know who took them. So, for as all the officers was a suspect at first, because I didn't know where. After the deposition, I realized that Brian Newland was in charge of the money, and I knew where to focus everything. But at first, all the cops was a suspect, especially after they cut off my cameras, and I couldn't see what they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, let me. So you don't remember? Is that what you're telling me?
I remember telling you that Lisa, probably didn't take my money, but I just didn't know. I just knew it was missing, and they cut off my cameras, so all of them were suspects until I figured it out.
Yup.
So until you figured it out.
Until everybody figured it out, until it was solved of where the missing money was.
All right. So just to clear this up and move.
DB said Bronco said he was going to have to pay out Newland. For real? Why does he believe that?
If it quacks like a duck, dude, I don't know how much more you guys want me to like. I get it. Like our. I know. I still like the guy. I don't know. There's a lot of DB knows this. You know this, Spugs. There's a lot of fucking L takes being made on Twitter right now. That's all I'm gonna say. A lot of fucking L takes.
I mean, that's the theme of tonight with every story.
It's been crazy.
It's like, well, with this, I've seen a general good consensus. This is the first time I'm hearing someone saying like, "Oh, he should definitely have to pay for that." Like, huh?
I'm fucking shocked that I didn't see a woman tonight say that Dakota shouldn't have burned dinner. Like, I'm shocked. You know what I mean?
Right.
With the reverse takes that have been made about this like domestic incident where the woman was the aggressor, I'm shocked I didn't even like. We got close. There was a lot of fucking L takes. He started it. Oh, it's conveniently he's releasing the video now. Blah 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 blah. I'm shocked I didn't hear that. But like, dude, a lot of L takes. That's all I'm gonna say.
We're gonna go back to that, but because we're ADHD friendly in here,
Yeah, big time.
just real quick, I want to look at some of the reactions from just as we're making this point, like some of the people commenting on this.
Let's do it. Expose.
My algorithm typically has been giving me that. I don't know if it's going to right now. Hold on. Dakota. Let's search Dakota fault. Right. Oh, this is me.
It's all your tweets.
It's all me. I've been going off. Dude, I've been
honestly, we just need to go into like your replies and Ange's replies.
Literally. What am I doing? Oh, this is her reaction earlier today as pictures are being so real quick, her child was taken away from her. Oh, I said that. Okay, so yeah, this is her after her child was taken away today. So there you go.
Hey, can we look at the one where that disgusting ogre called you ugly? That was fucking hilarious. Is this a joke? Jennifer Coffin Effer only posts abuse videos if the perpetrator's black.
Oh,
let's be honest.
Ah, here it is.
Oh yeah. What an idiot.
Okay, I muted them. This is what.
Well, yeah, because they're okay. That Stones and Thrones guy is a fucking psycho.
Oh, that person. Here we go.
If you're a man in your 40s with a perm, and I say this as a bald guy, if you're a man in your 40s with a perm, I will not let you within 40 feet from my children. Like, you are not get away from my kids. Also, your hard drive should be examined weekly.
So I'm like going at it with this dude because he's saying like all the other women on the Mormon show are worse than her, even though she's literally abusing people. But
Which makes her behavior okay.
right. So I'm like, oh, so you hate women. And this person just chimes in like, that's you, Pookie. You're pathetic and ugly as fuck. No wonder you pay Nazis for a free app. And I'm like, okay, well, who is she? Looks no way is what? This can't be happening. This can't be true.
Like, here's the thing. I appreciate Mask Guy because at least he's like coward enough to have like an AI profile picture and then like tell me that my beard is thinning and that like I'm fat. And like and dude, I even appreciate like Prof for like, you know, telling me I'm overweight and then like putting his pudgy ass on you know, video. I appreciate that. With her, it's like, girl, fake it till you make it. Like, I don't know, well, Japan is so different, Fiend.
I could tell Keith was reading that. That was funny.
Also, hello.
Oh, but no, this was so funny. I was like, I do not fucking. If I will drag someone for being like fat, ugly. If there's someone like Jerry Holman, right? Like would never go after some random lady like this lady on Twitter and be like, oh, you fat, ugly bitch. Like, I would never do that. I would never do that. But if you start with me first, bitch, I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah, I don't do that with like, so like, Murder Sheet, for example, like.
Exactly. I'm harsh as fuck to them.
Well, the only reason I'm harsh as fuck to them is because they publish literature stating that Annie Baldwin was unkept and had a terrible suit and had a terrible car. And it's like, now everything with you motherfuckers is on the table. Because you want to talk about sloppiness. You want to talk about sloppiness. You want to talk about sloppiness. You have a bookshelf that's holding on for dear life. Let's start there. Okay. So
your
like,
fucking wife is turning in you. They look the same.
Like, again, I'm all about body positivity in this day and age with like what's in the American diet. It legitimately, you have to be genetically enhanced to like stay skinny, right?
Right, I have hella meat on my bones, but like whatever.
However,
but if you're an asshole, fuck you.
Yeah, and this girl clearly does not take care of herself on multiple different levels, especially her mental health. And I don't know. I don't know how any reasonable person looks at this picture of themselves and then goes to you and says, well, your opinion shit because you're ugly. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck?
I like I've said it before, I'm very insecure. I don't think I'm hot shit at all. But I think I'm a little better than that.
It's so funny to me that like
subjective, whatever, but
yeah. I don't know. It's crazy. I've met girls in my life who I'm like, you know, it's so funny. Like you can, I'll never tell them this, but it's like you can make out with a dude and he'll be with his wife and probably think 24/7 about that moment. And those same girls are the girls who are like, I think I'm a 4, and it's like, are you like, look around, you know?
Right.
And it's like, but then you have this like, you know, this joker over here, this
clown.
This troll's fair, right?
Yeah.
Literally calling you ugly over a difference in opinion on, I don't know, a domestic dispute.
Right.
And
we're gonna have fun on DV's fucking
dude.
Right now.
Dude.
Oh, this is wild, but we don't want to go there yet. Okay. See, like I was talking about, like I'm an asshole to people like this. I don't give a fuck.
Well, And again,
I love this meme.
I love that meme. Love that meme. Love that meme. And like Shrek's like, that's not like a. The funny thing is like the sensitive people, the like truly sensitive people are like, oh, that's fat shaming. It's like, well, no. Look at the character of Shrek, right?
Right.
Look at like his persona.
We're getting philosophical about
You know, like Jerry, he secretly knows that Rick's innocent, right?
Yes.
But because of his layers, like an ogre has, you know, we're in a problem there.
Layers. Wait, where was...
Like an onion. You're right, Sharon, like an onion. Cherry does secretly want a perm fiend. I agree with that.
Here we go.
He would love a perm. Oh!
Dipshit refers to, please.
One more thing.
Yes.
Can I add about this fuck ass here?
Yes.
This fragile man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell you guys this right now. I'm bald. I hatfish, okay? I don't have hair on my head. I don't have hair on my head. Peak fucking molding, okay? If you don't know what molding is, it's where you get so mad that you lose your hair and you're balding. It's a joke in the gamer community. It's like, right? Peak molding is suing a wonderful, catchy, famous artist because he made a joke about you being bald. Okay? And we've talked about this before, Bugs, and I'm sorry I've been talking like way too much, but I'm going to tell you this right now. This is for everyone. If you cannot laugh at yourself, you do not have the right to laugh at anyone else. Okay?
I agree. Completely. Okay.
I'm beating I'm beating JLR in the hat game hardcore.
Damn.
Hardcore.
I think you're beating JLR in all
I know.
right now.
One day I'll do a bald stream with you. I keep my hat on my head 24/7 for two reasons: summer and winter. Because in the summer, sunburn on the top of your head is miserable.
Oh.
Okay. Second of all, winter, my bald head gets fucking cold 24/7. And I know the conspiracy theorists out there are like, let's see Keith's arms, let's see some skin, let's see all these tattoos he's got. I have zero fucking tattoos, you dumbasses. The hat's on my head because my bald head is cold right now. Okay? But let me tell you this. Your mothers love this bald head. Your mothers love this bald head.
Not the mamas.
So that's all I'm going to say.
I bet they were all raised by Taylor Frankie Paul.
But I'll tell you,
their mamas was like that bitch.
dude, this guy gets like super sensitive about them like making fun of his receding hairline about afroman. It's like, dude, you haven't heard a fucking bald joke before? This is the first time in your life you ever heard a bald joke?
What fact about you that receding hairline or dipshit refers to, please?
I'm sorry?
What private fact of yours does that refer to?
I mean, there's a picture of me and see here, talking about see, I wouldn't trust him with methamphetamine crack ass alone in my house.
So
I find that pretty insulting.
So
methamphetamine.
Well, no. I told you this is one of many.
Well, and that's why we're trying to
You
find.
keep trying to make it singular. I'm telling you, it's not singular. It's plural.
Okay, and so one of them is dipshit, one is receding hairline,
Yep.
and the other is meth heads.
Yes.
Is there any more?
Well, when he's sitting there making accusations against the organization that I, at that time, was working for, destroying community trust, all based off of a lie.
You said this was referring to you. Where's your picture?
I said, you asked me earlier.
How short is he?
You asked me earlier.
No
Your Honor, I'd
offense.
ask the witness to answer the question.
Okay. Okay.
Is your picture in this post?
No.
Is that a picture of your father?
Yes.
So this actually pertains more to your father than you.
Correct.
This would be plaintiff's exhibit number 6, the one about Roy Gabbard. You're not a judge?
Nope.
Nope. Were you ever disciplined
That was
because of
great.
what happened in the raid?
No.
Were you ever disciplined for anything Mr. Foreman said?
No.
Other than your voluntary resignation, have you lost any other income?
I've been employed in a year. I've been living off savings. You know, I can't keep gainful employment because
Which
I'm
guy is
going to
this?
the appointments 5 days a week sometimes.
Well, you said that you went to surgery. When did you go into surgery?
I don't remember. That's
Was it a long time ago?
I don't recall. I'd say it's been over
Which
a
guy
year,
is
but
this, Keith?
the dates I'm sorry, I can't.
I forgot his name. I gotta look it up.
Okay. When do you think?
I think it's not. Fuck! It's not Cooley. It's not Newland. It's not Estep's. Estep's my favorite. Estep is the one who was like hardcore cucked. God, what's this fucking guy's name? Does anyone in the chat know? I can't remember.
You remember, just type it.
How much has been going on?
You don't have any evidence that Lisa Phillips stole your money.
No. But I know if she wasn't there in the first place, we wouldn't be having this conversation or be here.
Period.
And is it true that one of your big motivation, really, in making all of these posts is to make money?
To pay for the damage that they brought to my house under the circumstance that they shouldn't have even been there in the first place.
Okay. So the answer to my question is yes, your motivation was to make money.
To pay for the damages that they brought to my house under the circumstances that they shouldn't have been there in the first place.
Have you made enough yet to make up for it?
More than.
Not really.
What does that matter? It's his right to make more. Fuck them.
I don't know exactly, but it wasn't hardly $24,000.
$24,000.
It wasn't that. It wasn't that.
You're still making money on today, right? With the new posts and advertisements and things.
It's publicity.
You're still selling merchandise, aren't you?
No, publicity. Just me. Just everybody. Thanks to them bringing publicity to this, it's just an opportunity to run numbers up and be an entertainer.
Can you pause real
And
quick?
the more lies, outrageous lies you tell about them, the more money you can.
If you don't think I would buy a Lick 'em Lisa t-shirt fucking tomorrow, you are out of your mind.
Look, Lisa. All right, we're
That's
going
all-
to finish
that's
up
it.
his testimony, and then we're going to listen to that.
Yep.
And then we're going to listen to that, and then we're going to go.
Make, right?
Fact, they never should have came to my house in the first place. Fact, if they hadn't have came to my house, they wouldn't have put themselves on the video camera and in my music career. All of this is their fact. All of this is their fault, and they have the audacity to sue me. These people and you are the predators and the victim at the same time.
So what they did, searching your house,
Mm.
gave you the
Sounds like
right to
Erica
do
Norris.
everything you've
Under
done.
the circumstance that I got
Sorry.
A motherfucking predator and the victim.
Mm-hmm.
Don't start none, won't be none.
freedom of speech, after they run around my house with guns and kick down my door, I got the right to kick a can in my backyard, use my freedom of speech, turn my bad times into a good time. Yes, I do. And I think I'm a sport for doing so, because I don't go to their house, kick down their doors, flip them off on their surveillance cameras, then try to play the victim and sue them.
You were at Lisa Phillips's deposition, correct?
Yes, sir.
In your lawyer's office.
Yes, sir.
Same office where you filmed part of that video last Friday.
Yes, sir.
And you saw how upset she was when she was answering your lawyer's questions about how this had affected her, right?
Yes, yes.
and you saw your attorney say, do we need to take a break?
Yes.
And you saw her say, no, let's go on and get this over with.
Yes, sir.
You saw all that.
Yes.
You knew she was upset.
Just like she knew I was upset when she was standing in front of my kids with an AR-15 with her hand on the trigger ready to shoot me. Just like she knew I was upset when she cut my cameras. But I'm not a person, she is. So I'm sorry for being a victim. Let's talk about the predators.
Okay. So you saw all that. You saw how upset she was. You heard the testimony about her children. You heard the testimony at the depositions about Randy Newland's daughter who came home upset. You heard all that. But you're still posting stuff about it.
Yeah, because I understand it was Randy's fault and all of their fault for coming in my house in the first place. So if they hadn't came to my house, their children wouldn't be saying nothing. None of this would be going home if they did their research and did things right. So all of this is their fault. And now they want to sue me for their mistake.
Is there anything that could change your mind about what you're doing to these deputies?
Is there anything that can change my mind about the fact that they shouldn't have been at my house in the first place? Is there anything that can change my mind about how my money shouldn't have been touched in the first place? No.
That's all the questions I have. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
I love, we need more Afromans in this world who say, oh, you want to make yourself the victim? Well, maybe if you didn't, I don't know, jump on into my shit, then you wouldn't feel the wrath of a motherfucker. I like, honestly. And I know, like, I don't know what you got going on. I can keep going, Bugs. It's 12:30 over here. I don't know about you. I think it's, what, 10, 9? But, I mean, whatever you want to do, I can keep going. But I just, like, God, the testimony that you see from these people where it's like, they literally ask the man, is it true that you asserted that these people stole money from you? And then you find out that these officers have been accused, and they admit to being accused prior of stealing money from people in other cases, or their wives have felony theft charges. It's fucking crazy. And I love that you just plugged Kira. I love that because her central theme with her like analysis and all of this is the bullies hate being bullied.
Yeah.
And they immediately turn around. Their first thing to do, instead of raise their hand and say, you know what, I fucked up, I was wrong, and I'm sorry. Instead of that, the bullies go, well, now I'm being bullied, and you should feel sorry for me. And that's the whole theme of this lawsuit. It's crazy.
Yeah, so I linked Carrie in the chat. So we're going to watch some of the Lick 'em Lisa and her little breakdown right now. We'll watch this, and then I'll head out because my son is going to be home any minute now from his father's.
Got it. Don't throw any chairs, okay? Chill.
I
I'm kidding.
No, I know. Hey, my baby's with me full time.
I think honestly, from the takes that you've had tonight, I'm fully convinced that your son's going to be president of the, or at least governor of California. You know what I mean? Like, I think you're on a good path. That's not, you know, as opposed to like if DB had a son, it would, you know, I don't know.
Poor Deebs.
Probably be a Canada senator or something. Streets is totally right. This is why if you smoke weed and you're from California, you can't move someplace like Ohio. It's just not the same. Yes, and this is coming on the eve of Ohio is potentially banning THC drinks from anywhere from that's not a dispensary, which is fucking problematic. Actually,
Those are my favorite.
no. I love what Ohio's doing. I love what Ohio's doing with their weed laws. I love it because you know what? Everyone drives up to Michigan and they spend their money in Michigan and they give their cash to the Love Glove. We love Michigan.
Oh my god.
We love it. Come on up, Ohioans. We'll take care of you. We'll take care of you. We'll get you what you need. Put it in the trunk underneath your spare tire. We'll take care of you. But sorry.
No, you're good. Oh my god.
Something that's bigger than mine. Living alone.
My favorite part. That ass though. She's crying.
She's crying? You're crying? You're crying? Are you really crying? You're crying? I'm sorry, but how mentally unstable are you? If like this is a video about you that you've probably seen at least 150 fucking times. I'm sorry. Maybe it does make her feel sad, but I don't believe her at all. Why is it really that traumatizing? Are you okay? I think you need other kinds of help other than suing the rich rapper. My God. Okay, wait, and then the camera is like, oh, she's crying. We're not even gonna play the video. We're not gonna show the video anymore. Just watch her cry. Like that. The whole thing is a shit show.
Yeah, carry it.
You fucked with the wrong guy. That's all I'm gonna say. You fucked with a master troller. She's still crying. How like, give me a break. Honey. You are a fucking sheriff's deputy. What?
Get him.
Maybe it's time not to suck it up. Maybe you need to go talk to a therapist, baby girl. Maybe you do. Maybe you need some therapeutic assistance. Because, I mean, my God, this is a complete overreaction to something that you've seen at least a dozen times. Honey.
Do you know what I love about Carrie? Like when I love this, Carrie's like so on point about this. When things get super fucking ridiculous, the true like New Jersey comes out in her. And she's like, what the fuck are we talking about? Like, what are we fucking talking about?
Oh my God,
but also, like, she's 100% right. It's like, dude, if this fucks you up, you got to go talk to someone.
Right.
Because again, and I talked about this, if someone were like, all right, we're gonna do a challenge this month for April. Whoever makes a certified fucking banger about me and Spugs, we're gonna play it on stream and we're gonna dance to it.
Please, God.
And talk some mad shit in it. Like, be mean as fuck, okay?
Yes.
try and attack us, come at me for being bald.
Luke could do this.
Luke would fucking wreck us in a minute. By the way, that's another message to the ops is like Luke is China right now. Luke is our China. Like China is like, hey, we're cool. We're not fucking with anyone. We're not getting involved. Like we're cool. But if you guys want to fuck around and find out, we might.
Okay, my kid is actually.
Okay, I love you.
Guys.
I'm sorry.
So, no, we're good. We're gonna be TBD. We're gonna do this again and sooner rather than later. Keith, you and I'll get together. We can talk about reviewing more of the afroman stuff because this whole thing is just pure joy and it makes me laugh. And it's amazing. And by the way, a spoiler alert, he won. Like, so.
Yeah. If you've been living under a rock, like, yeah, he won. And also, we'll have Mata content by the time, like, we do this. So that'll also be helpful.
Oh, my God. That's going to be, we can review with the lawyer. That's going to
because Erica fuck-ass Norse thinks that she can get modded a copyright strike, which is hilarious.
Oh.
So.
All right. Love you guys. Thanks for hanging out tonight. Love you, Keith. Thanks. Bye.
Love you, Sue.